that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane, it's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be
Am I muted now? Is it good now? Let me know if you can hear me. Can't see anything in the comments, but all good now. All right, all good. What's going on, folks? My name is Will Stewart. This is WillStewartTHFCRants. Dietrich, you're not funny. But yeah. Welcome to the show. And 0-0 loss today. That's right, I said it. 0-0 loss today. Yeah. It's getting tight, getting close. A lot to talk about today, I'm sure. But yeah, how's everybody out there in comment land doing today? Doing good, I hope. Doing good, I hope. Let's see what we got. There's a link. It's pinned to the top. You can join the show if you'd like. And yeah, let's get this puppy rolling. Cody Max says smash a like if you want Spurs to get a shot on target before the end of the season. That's right. Go ahead and smash that like if you want to see some shots on target. All that good stuff. Ron Vanya, can you come on the show? Yes, you can come on the show, my friend. Just click that link right there, pinned to the top of the chat, and you're welcome to come on. And can you play Cody Max theme song, please? Probably. What's going on, camera? You want to focus on the background, eh? Boom. There we go. And apparently, so click the link, brother. Come on the show. It's free to join. Free to join. You just click the link and join. But yeah, let's pay the bills today. Thank all the people that help make this show possible. If you want to help support the show financially, give us some money for good stuff so that I don't come onto the stream muted. I don't know why StreamYard muted my stream automatically. It doesn't make any sense. But they did it. They did it. Because I don't need StreamYard to mute. I just do. It puts it on mute. On mute. On mute. I don't need StreamYard to do it for me. That must be a new thing, or something like that. But head on over to patreon.com/THFCRants. Mama Coates, Wayne Bonner, Tony Go Gogama, Alex Burlton, Bob Spur TV, John N, William Wilkinson are the folks that help support the channel over there on Patreon. You can help support the channel for as little as $5 a month, or you can even join like the Super Ranters Club for like, I think it's like $10 a month. If it's too annoying to go over to Patreon, you can just simply click the join button there on the side of your screen down there. If you get rid of the live chat, and you can join a YouTube membership. Ellie there is the leader with the 4-star generals. She's top tier. Captain Wayne Bonner is tier 2. Tier 3 is Williams Kelts, Matt Hayes, Tottenham Blog, AMZO, Daza Hotspur, Aaron Dubb. And Tier 4, Williams Rangers, Sai Says, Danny Kiriaki, Tony Go, Dave Jones, Tottenham Tantrum, Gold. Go subscribe over there if you haven't already. John Langford, Matthew THFC, Collins, Kerry McDonald, Chaps 30, David Younes, Scott M. Those are all of the people that help support this channel on a regular basis. But don't worry, if you don't want to do a membership, you can just throw in your super chats. That helps support the channel as well. Little as it's $2. Cup of coffee. Less than a cup of coffee nowadays. And Will, where do you see us finishing at the end of the season? I don't know. I'm sure we'll get into that. But that's what Paul says here. Arsenal are poo-poo. Yep, that's right. Arsenal have lost to the teams they were supposed to beat and won against the teams they were supposed to lose to. That's absolutely correct. But it's broken out even Steven. So, but us not winning today, getting a point isn't horrible, but it doesn't help the cause. It makes things easier, or more difficult rather, not easier. Let's start bringing some folks in to the show. Let's get this puppy rolling here. And first guest we got sitting in the back. Where is my stuff? We got him. You know him. You love him. Can you hear that? Can you hear the music, Mari? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear your music. He's got a channel and he loves Spurs. His name is Mari. Let's bring him in. Mari from that Spurs channel's in the house. What's going on, Mari?
So much in my mind. I'll give you. I got 2 rants, but I'll give you the first rant.
All right.
I'll save the other rant when other people gets on.
All right.
The first rant is today. This week I've been celebrating my brother's birthday. People saw on my channel. I changed my clothes on Wednesday, and we went to Aquatica, SeaWorld today. And my family knows I stream Spurs. I love Spurs. And so in the middle of the day, after going on water rides and tubes and stuff, I said, I'm going to go eat my lunch, right?
Yeah.
Just give me 2 hours while you guys all play so I can watch Spurs. And everybody's like, okay, yeah, go ahead, do that. Watching the game, getting more depressed, getting more dejected. We lose. My nephew walks up to me and goes, Uncle Mari, you look so sad. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be okay. And you know, I thought about it, I was just like, damn, I took two hours of quality family time because of this team. This shows you how much I love this team. And the performance today, not to have a shot on goal, not to have that heart. Once again, and I'm gonna get that to the second part of my rant. And I was just so pissed. And I was just like, it would have been better if I've just those 2 hours just went on more water rides with my nephews, my brother, and stuff like that. And everybody could tell they're like, yeah, they lost because they saw all of it in my face. And of course, when I got to the car when we were leaving, you know, my best friend Jonas, who's an Arsenal fan, of course. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I had a similar thing today. My son had a game that started at 1:30 p.m. So him being, you know, what is he now? U10? His games are a bit shorter, so but the first half was still going kind of when his game started, and so I'm kind of like watching and not watching and watching and not watching and watching and not watching, hoping that we would get a result. And ended up not being able to watch, focus on my kid the entire time he was playing because, Spurs.
This team does it to us, man.
Yeah, they do. But we got Millamo Steven here over there from Twitch. If you guys didn't know, we do have a Twitch channel as well. We stream live on Twitch. So make sure to follow if that is your platform of choice. Thanks for the comments. But let's get the next guy in there. Let's see, where's his music at? You know him. You love him. He rants and raves. He's always happy about Spurs performances. Dietrich Kane is in the house tonight. Dietrich Kane, what's going on, man?
Well, no, how people. I'm actually not happy.
Yeah, you are. You're always happy, Dietrich.
No, I'm not happy. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit, bro. Every fucking year, the same and same and same and same. I'm gonna leave my rant at the end because I have to leave early. But you can bring other guests, because if I hear one person mention Eric Dyer, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Okay.
I got bad news for you. One of my rants, I'm gonna mention Eric Dyer. No, but if you mention in a positive way,
no, and then you like stop. You called me earlier while I was out. I wonder what was that was all about, but we'll
I just wanted to tell you, if you mention once again the math, I'm gonna lose my shit even on that. If you mention the math,
I'm sure the math is going to be mentioned as well. But that just depends on people's attitudes.
No, I agree. The math are on our side, but imagine now we have the hardest remaining games fixtures we do have.
Maybe.
Leicester,
maybe.
Liverpool, that's pretty tough.
Leicester's not tough.
Yeah,
Out of the two teams, out of Brighton and Brentford, Leicester is by far the easiest.
Yeah, but both 0 shots on goal for 2 games, like, what a fucking disgrace.
Yeah, but their defense is...
Yeah, is it possible that we can bottle the math? Our team
well, you can't bottle math, but what you can do is you can not perform as expected and cause the math to get worse and worse and worse. Because right now the math is about as bad as it can get, and still us finish in the top 4. You can't get much. It can't get much worse. If the math gets any worse, we now have to rely on Arsenal to drop points.
Yeah, right. But who are gonna drop points? They have easy fixtures now.
I don't think so. I think they're. I think there's a bit. They have to go to Palace. They got West Ham. They've got
not Palace.
Newcastle.
Newcastle's playing good.
Newcastle's playing good. They also have Leeds. Jesse Marsh is playing really good. Leeds haven't. I don't think they've lost by more than 1 goal since Marsh came in. And they won, I think, it's either 2 or 3 of their last 5. So.
Well, now they have West Ham.
I think Brentford was the team they lost to. They got West Ham. They've also got, who else? They got us. They got one more team.
Everton.
Everton. The Everton one may or may not be tough. Everton's not a good team. They did beat Manchester United just like Arsenal did.
But they need to survive. They're gonna play that.
Yeah, but they could be. That could be the game that decides whether they stay in the Premier League or not. You know what I mean? So
they're gonna fight. They will fight to survive. Because Burnley. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Actually, that Burnley game is going to be tough because Burnley has something to play for. It's survival. It's between Everton.
Yeah, it just depends on how much they win here coming out. But I mean, we'll see, man.
And after we bring the other guests, we gotta talk about Conte. Even him, I'm getting annoyed a bit.
I'm sure it will come up. But let's bring on the next one. It's been a while since we've seen his pretty face. You know him.
I'm telling you.
The master of disaster.
I'm telling you.
You know him, you love him. He's ranting and raving. Maybe he's at the gym, I don't know.
I'm telling you, bro.
Marcelo's in the house at the gym getting swole. Running on the treadmill.
That's more than any Novelli's ever run for Tottenham. I'll tell you that, bro.
Keep running, bro. You're gonna have to keep running for that one. But we're glad to have you there on the show. Marcel's his arms getting pretty big there, boy. At least from that angle, from his phone.
Yeah, he's getting jacked up.
Yeah, he's getting big.
Getting swole season, bro. I've been grinding in the gym.
Yeah, there you go. I need to get back into the gym.
I've been watching the games, but fuck me, man. That was the worst game I've seen in a while. Now, I agree with
you. Must not have watched Brighton, because I was
No. I honestly thought that was worse than Brighton.
Really?
I thought that was worse than Brighton.
Yeah, I thought it was worse. Yeah.
Just simply because, one, it was a must-win, right? Because we lost to Brighton. And two, like, the lack of fight after that Brighton performance is so scary. It's very scary, man. I don't know. I'm worried.
And what do you blame Nuno?
Hotspur says Hotspur raid. When did they get finished? I'm sure it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, just now.
Oh, just now? Wow.
No, yeah, about 10 minutes ago. They went
okay.
to 9, yeah.
All right, yeah. I said scheduled it for 9, 1 because I was going to be out, and then 2, I figured Bob shows.
Listen, I'll say this, though. I'll say this. Here's one positive note. Whenever we think Arsenal will finish above us, which has been quite a lot of times, right? Since 2018, we thought they would finish above us. We've always somehow finished above them by a point.
Last season?
Last season, 2018 season, 19 season as well. We finished by them by like 2 points. So it's always been close.
And
yeah,
but Marcel, now we have harder fixtures, bro.
I get that. But
our run out last season was probably harder than this one is.
I think you're looking too much in that Liverpool game. I think if we get a result against Leicester, a win, and when I say result, it needs to be 3 points.
Oh, it has to be 3 points, yeah.
I think if we get 3 points against Leicester, obviously Liverpool is going to be really tough. We're probably going to lose that. But I think we're thinking too much on Arsenal just being super consistent. They haven't been consistent like that much as well. You know, they dropped points when we expected them to get points. You know, we expected them to get points against Crystal Palace, Brighton, all these teams. But they dropped it. And they got points where we didn't expect them, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, it's not over yet. But
it's not over yet, no.
We made it way tougher than it needed to be, bro. We needed
way tougher than it. We could literally, if we were to beat Brighton and Brentford, we would be a point ahead of Chelsea right now.
If we did beat Burnley, it would never happen, bro. Burnley, my guy.
Yeah. So we made it hard for ourselves, but fuck it.
I mean, for Southampton as well. I mean, Southampton, Burnley, Brighton,
Wolves.
Brentford. Wolves is a tough one, man. They're right there in the stick of it. They're not a shabby side. Losing to Wolves isn't a kick in the nuts.
Like I'm not gonna be reacting to just wins and losses, saying like, oh, we can't get top. Like I listen. I've been consistent with it. I don't think we're gonna get top 4. I've been saying it. Now, there is a chance, I said it in We Are Tottenham TV, that we do have a really good chance because Arsenal blew that lead, but we're blowing it. We're blowing the lead right now that, you know, the ground we covered, we're blowing it. We can still get it back, right? Like, remember, like a couple of weeks ago, we didn't expect top 4. We thought we were going to get 5th. We thought it was written in the stars that Arsenal would get 4th. Arsenal slipped up. Now, then it looked like we were going to get top 4, then we slip up. Then I'm just saying, anything can change. I think this whole top 4 race could go down to that North London derby.
Oh, 100% is going to. I mean, I was kind of saying that a long time ago. Like, I wasn't expecting them to lose like 3 in a row either, right? But but we got to bring in some more people. We got him in the back. He's a Ben Davies fan. I don't know why, but let's bring him in. The man from Indiana, the man with a plan. If you leave him by your car and you go away, it might end up on some concrete blocks. Colin from Talking Ball. Show him the love in the comments.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Going well.
As good as it can be, right?
You don't sound very enthused.
As you, well, you know, it's the performance kind of sucked the enthusiasm right out of me, and not in a good way. It wasn't pleasurable. In fact, it was quite unpleasurable. But I'm sure we'll get into that. You guys all good though? Staying healthy, staying fit, staying safe.
Not necessarily fit, but I'm so much healthy. We'll get into that. I got about 3 more guys I got to bring in from the back.
Can you put Lion's Head comment quick?
Lion's Head comment. Yeah, I'll star it for you. The one at 925.
Yeah.
All right, I'll star it for you. But the next person we got joining the show tonight, we got a bunch of people jumping in the back, but what happened there? A little train noise. Why did my screen change as well? I must have acting weird today, bro. Anyway, you know him. My brother from another mother. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of positive things to say tonight. From Tottenham away, your favorite Stelios is in the house. The Pied Piper playing two pens tonight.
Hey, wait, but how do you know he's our favorite Stelios? There's a lot of Stelioses out there.
Well,
No, because he's the only Stelios I know. He's my favorite Stelios.
Look at this pirate who dresses in black.
I do. I'm wearing black right now.
No, black hat, black shirt.
I can go get a black hat if you want me to.
I went to church today for Easter.
Aren't you supposed to wear white for Easter? I guess not for Orthodox, maybe.
It's actually navy. It's actually navy, this, but it's not.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not black.
Navy.
But my camera's.
But quick thoughts, man. I got 3 more people to bring in, and then we'll get rolling.
Quick thoughts?
Nothing? No quick ones. All right. Let's
Like, frigate.
let's bring in the next guest. We got him here all the way from the Netherlands. I think I got that right this time. He loves Tottenham so much he changed his name. You guys know if you love him. He's always a good time when he comes on the show. Kenneth Tottenham Hotspur's in the house. Brian Daigle's favorite. What's going on, Kenneth?
Well, change the Netherlands to Norway, and I love you, Will.
I always screw that up. You even posted it in the comments earlier, but I always screw it up. Netherlands, Norway, Holland, Sweden, Denmark.
I was listening to you guys earlier when this dude came on, and he was like thinking about. For me, this game against Brentford, I was like, oh my God, it was so personal because Christian Eriksen was playing, and it was an emotional game for me. Yeah, so the score can be whatever, and but it was so hard to see Christian Eriksen play against us. It was like, and my heart was like jumping up and down, and it was so strange. It was like surreal.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But I'm going to bring in some more guests. I'm going to bring in some friends of yours here in a second. But let's see here. We got him. He's young. He's very young. He, wise beyond his years, though. Wise beyond his years. Everyone in the comments, show your love for Dan THFC in the house. Everybody show me love.
What up, man?
Yo, it's past bedtime.
No, man, it's only like 9 o'clock. And it's a Saturday. What's going on, Danny?
Depression.
Depression.
Dude, you cracked me up, man. You cracked me up, Danny. I was watching one of your videos the other day, and when you slammed the mic and it broke, and then you've gone crazy, you come back, picked up the mic, you're like, damn, I broke the mic. That was brilliant.
It's still broken. This thing here. Like
I'm wearing pants, just by the way.
Man,
Hey, at least it was only that.
Your passion in that moment was too real. It was too real.
Today was just depression, man. I sat there. I can't believe that I was like watching that. I wasted 90 minutes of my life. I could have done something productive, but no.
Tried 21 years.
All right, but let's get it before we get too much extra chit-chat in there. Let's get everybody in so we can get going on the conversation. You know if you love him, he's got a Levy rant. He's ready to come on. And talk to us. Brian from Tottenham Hotspur. Brian Dangle's in the house. Dangle.
Big up, everyone. I thought I'd just say very quickly, big up Mr. Kenneth, and the biggest of big ups. Where's the fuck has Marcelo gone?
He's probably lost the internet signal while he was running.
I was just about to say, finally, after being back in England, I get to be on a stream with Marcelo. And he ain't here, but hello, everyone, and zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Top 4, Levy, yeah, woohoo! Let's get this shit started.
Brian,
Let's do this.
Brian, Marcelo's not coming on a show with me. After he told me so much, he's gone AWOL because he knows.
I don't know about that. Marcel's
Let's get
pretty
this
resilient.
started. Let's get the excuses out of the way. Let's deal with all the shit that's coming. I might go get my Christmas hat that I was wearing during Bob's first stream because it's all tickety-boo at Tottenham. Let's all celebrate. This is a celebration rant today of all great things at Tottenham.
But I got to give Bryce a little bit of a hard time, though. Okay, you scared the crap out of me, dude. I thought it was your Tigs and Biddles. That's a joke. A lot of people have been doing that lately. I've seen too many Tigs and Biddles as of late.
Shall I do the rerun over all my apartment, all the Tottenham stuff, scarves, floors?
No. We save that to the last hour of the show. We actually have to just have a normal conversation, at least for the first
Brian Daigle, this is one of the first time I hear your voice in real. I always super chat say, hey, dude, Will, I owe this guy a Tottenham tattoo. Not many people know this, but me and Brian Daigle, holy shit, that's a bit funny.
Yeah, but I got a question for everybody to get the show started off and riding and rolling. So it's a multiple choice question, so just to make people not have to think too hard.
Do we have to give an explanation?
Or you can if you'd like. You can extrapolate if you'd like. But today's issue is A, player quality, B, player mentality, C, coach's tactical prowess, or D, all of the above. Mari?
I am going to. You just
we can add an E in there if you want to, Brian Daigle.
Oh no, I was about to say E. Yeah, but E for
Sorry,
fucking E.
Mark.
Gave me a wonderful assist. Thank you, Will. I quote Eric Dyer. We always seem to make things so much harder for ourselves than they need to be. I repeat, we always seem to make things so much harder for ourselves than they need to be. We can't be happy just to take a point. That was Eric Dyer. Another quote by Eric Dyer. It is still in our hands because we still have to play them Arsenal. Right? I said, what are the most important transformations you have to make? And the answer is B, mentality. Is not who we buy the transfer mark. Of course, we want to back Conte. But I think that this team, who is their team psychologist? Their teams, they have a team sports psychologist on their team. Because time and time again, when the pressure is turned up, these guys fold as like a $100 bill. They fold. And today, the last two games, it's just that I'm seeing it all over again in my whole Spurs life of us. When the heat is turned up, we fold, we fold, we fold. It's a mentality thing. And I posted this on even Bob's show because I'm going to be real honest. And I know I mentioned this, Will, your show, and I mentioned this on Colin's shows. One of my favorite movies, I prepared this. One of my favorite movies is Denzel Washington's Training Day. And there's a line where he says, forgive me, Dan, I'm just say one curse word. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. But in regards to Spurs, from the top to the bottom, this team, when it comes to winning the game that we need to win, we fold. It's all the way from the scrubs like Emerson, all the way to our world class. Kane, I'm gonna say, Kane, son, they don't get free passes. No one gets a free passes. I'm putting cases on all those players because for the last 5 or 6, 7 years that we've had this group, it's been the same story, minus the Champions League run, miraculous run. Today was the game, and I'm going to be hard on Kane. I love him, but once in a while, at least grab the game. Despite the team, yes, I know our team is shit, but true, legendary, great players have those 1 or 2 games that they grab by the scruff and they do something. I'm watching replays of Barcelona. They won not Barcelona. Sorry, PSG. They won League 1 today. Messi scores a goal outside the box. It would look like it was going to be a 0-0 game. They end up tying, but they've won. Kane, I needed you to today, even from outside the box, score that goal for this big game that you knew that we had to win. And so that's why I mentioned Eric Dyer's comment in the beginning. I'm putting cases on all of them because mentality-wise, we expected a reaction after last week's game, and we didn't get it. And so I heard some streams earlier, the ones that came after the game, and they're trying to give him a pass. No, F that. I'm sick and tired of the same constant results when it comes to a big game that we need to win, either it's for top 4 or it's for domestic cup, whatsoever. We tend to not show up. We tend to buckle under pressure. So I'm putting cases on all those bitches. Quote Denzel Washington, it's all mentality. Yes, part of it is, quality and skill, but from the top, from Daniel Levy down to the physical trainer, it's mentality. And Conte is the only one who can change it. People are bashing him. Yes, to be fair, all right, you can talk about the tactics, but this is the only guy that could change that culture. He's the only one who could propel our star players to the next level of a mentality for that whole team to show up when we needed. We needed to get out of jail free card today, and we didn't get that from anyone today. And that's why I'm pissed off. I'm sorry for the long rant, but I've been holding it in all day.
I feel,
dude, you nailed it on all the occasions there, and I have to say, a lot of us had hearts for Christian Eriksen, but when it comes to football and Tottenham and what we want to achieve today, you nailed every sentence you say. So big up to you, dude.
Thank you.
I mean, I do think that more significance needs to be placed on the fact that, like, maybe we're just not good enough. I mean, we have a really one-dimensional game plan at the moment, and it's not working. People have seen that Kulusevski has been our main creative outlet, and so they've marked him and Kane out of games. They've squeezed us out in the midfield because they know that we play with the midfield too, and they can crowd us out in the midfield. I think that as much as it has to do with mentality, I think it has to do with the fact that we don't have a very good team and we can only play one way, and we can't do it perfectly even that way. We don't have, sorry, some assholes going past. But
3 years ago, during the championship, the Premier League one against Leicester, we mentality-wise, we broke down. It was the case 4 years ago. It's a history. That's what I'm bringing. It's not only this year.
No, I'm not denying that there is some psychological factor.
There are a lot of us. I'm probably.
Hold on, before we get to the next guy. Remember we're doing. Each person's got their own questions they can answer, right? So, but let's bring him in.
All of us
from the land of Ireland. You know him, you love him. It's almost morning time.
Yeah, g'day, mate. I'm actually from Australia, so next time I would like a didgeridoo. But,
Thanks for reminding
g'day.
me. Actually, Bryce, what the hell, man? I'm not French, all right? My name is Stewart. But so I had that up there forever. But
Big up to
she says, "What? Will Stewart THFCRants? Can we have the panel name tagged? You mean like the names of the people in the panel on? Is that what you're asking for, Abby?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're asking for.
You just so you can know people's names, I suppose. They are tagged, aren't they?
Yeah, but when you put out the comments, it takes it off.
Brian Daigle, the kid beside you, I think he's awesome. He's so cool. I remember when I was so young in 1989, I loved my Tottenham, and he's smart, dude. Sorry to say that in a bad language, Will, but this dude down below me, he's a superstar when it comes to Tottenham. He knows his stuff.
That he does. I said it when he came on the show. But we got to stick to the question and answer before the show gets off the rails. We haven't even made it past one person yet. Right. So we got to get to the next. We got to get to the next person. So Dietrich Kane. Let me repeat the question again in case you didn't remember. Marcel's back. The question is player quality. B, right? Player mentality. C, manager, tactical prowess. D, Enig and Levy, or E, all of the above. I added that for you, Brian.
For me, it's the last one, all of the above. So let me start first. Before everyone just insults me, I'm just gonna give it straight up like my first issue. My first issue is the fans. I agree. I know that a lot of people like Christian Eriksen. I respect that. It's fine. But when you clap for a guy when they have a corner, now that's a fucking mentality issue. You never do that. Imagine if you crossed the ball and it went into our net, and then you're clapping like an idiot. Please explain me to that first. Now to my second issue. We have people like Dyer that start talking, opening their mouth. Then you have Sessegnon going on interviews, crying over, oh, I didn't play with him. Oh, I don't feel well with him. Like all this BS. You're the main problem. Why do you open your mouth? We're not winning stuff. We're shit. You cannot even fucking you can't even fucking cross a ball properly. You try to do a one-touch pass with Son and you can't even fucking do it properly, man. That's basics. The basics, they can't even do it. Then we have Romero doing Dyer's and Davies and Emerson's job. Look at Chicken Royale. The guy can't even pass the halfway line. The guy thinks he's gonna get fried after one. He can't even fucking defend. Then we have Bentancur and Højbjerg. Now I understand why Juve fan hated Bentancur. They insulted the guy. He can't even fucking pass forward. When you need your midfielder the most, they can't even do the basics, which is give it to your fucking attack. Then we have Son and Kane that can't even fucking get a shot on target because they never get the ball.
No, man, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Levy assassinated him. It's over. He's done.
Oh, he's hit Marcelo, my brother. How are you?
What's up, dude? Yeah, no. I got off the gym, so I had to drive. I was listening
Off
to
the
the
gym?
show,
Did you train the Tottenham players to score goals?
Listen, I'm just gonna say this, Kenneth. Give me a 1-hour session with those Tottenham players. They're gonna be begging for mercy.
Sounds hot. It sounds really hot, Marcelo.
All right, before we get off the rails, though, we got to get these questions, man.
Hello, Marcelo.
Who left? Dietrich's bounce.
I think he disconnected or something. I think he lost his connection.
We've got Colin here is next. Do you remember the questions, or do you need a refresher?
I remember the question-ish, but I mean, could you give me the answer choices again?
Yeah. So A, player quality. B, player mentality. C, manager technical prowess. D, Leanick. E, all of the above.
Well, it's all of the above except for tactical manager prowess. I feel like if the manager had better options,
Did my Wi-Fi?
Was
my Wi-Fi gone?
Yeah, you left.
You froze up, and then you left, and then you.
Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
And,
we heard none of that.
You are done. Colin's going right now. So.
I was just saying. I feel like tactically Conte knows.
Guys, we all.
Kenneth, hold on. You gotta wait. No, stop. Kenneth, stop. Stop. I'll mute you, bro. Like, you gotta let Colin do his time, right? Then we can once we get through these 10 people answering these questions, then we can talk about whatever we want. It'll be open conversation. But right now, we gotta hear from Colin. All right? We gotta get through this. Okay. Go ahead, Colin.
Everything but manager's tactical prowess, in my opinion, and that's up for debate clearly. But I think that Conte is a smart guy. I think he understands what our problems are. He mentioned that in practice they've been working on trying to break down 10 men behind the ball, and because teams know to do that to us, and they know that all they got to do is squeeze out Kulu and squeeze out Kane, and but we don't have any other options. We can't really change our style of play. We don't have another forward to play. Anyway, we're not playing with two strikers up top. I don't know. We're not playing with three in the midfield, and I think Conte would change that if he could, if he had the players. If it wasn't Winks as the option to come into the midfield, but everything else, God damn it!
Even at 9 p.m., bro.
Yeah, I live in an interesting place. Sorry about that, but yeah. So this. It's the mentality. There's clearly a mentality problem. There has been. I don't know where it stems from or who is coming from. I still can't figure that out. The players just aren't good enough in a lot of cases. But I can't blame Conte for it. I can't. He's not an idiot. He's got to clearly see what it is, because we can see it. And I firmly believe he would change it if he had the personnel available.
I hear you, Mr. Stell. Same question. Do you need the refresher, or do you got it?
I've got it.
So A, B, C, D, or E?
Everything.
That would be E.
This is A to Z, right? Conte is at fault as well, as are any managers that come to Spurs. Okay, and the reason why. It cannot be Arteta with Capu, Coquelin, Foyth, all these players is doing what he's doing.
I think you mean Emery, bro, not Arteta.
Sorry, you're right, man. It's 3 a.m. over here. Unai Emery is doing things with players that no club wanted these players, right? So we can't just say it's not Conte's fault. It is partly his fault. It is. For me, what has happened here is, I've been saying it every single week for 2 months. This top 4 thing, it's not going to happen. Not because Conte isn't elite, not because we haven't got players good enough, not because we're not capable. These players, I repeat for the 10,000th time, they will always let you down. These players will always let you down. And the reason they will let you down is because they're not good enough. It's not their fault they're not good enough. The club brought them in. The club said, hey, we want you to come here. They didn't knock on the front door and say, we want to come to Spurs. Our recruitment is diabolical. Then we have the problem of squad depth. We got rid of 12 players in the summer. We brought in 5. Only one of the 5 is good. So we got rid of 12 and replaced with 1. In January, we got rid of 4. We replaced with 2. So we got rid of 17 players and we brought in 3 good ones that we use. That is insane. That is Daniel Levy. That is Enoch at work. So you've got a recruitment problem. You've got a problem with the quality that's coming in. Conte, where's he at fault? I'm sorry, but Arsenal lost 3 games in a row and Arteta had to do something. There's no guarantees it will work. Change something, man. What did he do? He put Xhaka back into the centre mid. He brought El Neni into the squad, put him centre mid next to Xhaka, dropped Lacazette, played Nketiah. Now they've found a groove. Yeah, they got a bit of luck that Chelsea were rubbish. Yeah, they got a bit of luck that Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty. But they look like scoring, and they are scoring because Arteta changed something. Conte cannot stick with 3-4-3 every week, every game when it's not working. When it works, it's great. When it's not working, my man, we're in a rut. Change it. Do something. Put Kane in the midfield, go to a free. Play Son as a lone striker with Kulusevski as an attacking mid behind. Tell the wing-backs, stay up high. Don't worry about defending because we've got... Just stay up high. Change something. The fact he's not changing anything and sticking with it and it's not working... Just like we praise Conte that he's got us into a top 4 race. Just like we praise Conte when we win 4-0 at Villa. We're allowed to criticise the guy, man. He's not God. This guy isn't Jesus, yeah?
It's close.
The last thing...
I heard they're related, actually.
Right? Let's hope he turns out to be God for us, yeah?
If Jesus was a man, his name would be Antonio Conte.
Not if we keep on losing.
He's not Jesus, but he's our last hope. That's that's basically it.
He's well. You never know. If he goes and Poch comes in, the fans will be like, "Yay!" And the last thing is, and I'll say it again, Will, and I keep saying it, Will, and I keep saying it. The fans are the biggest problem at Tottenham Hotspur. I will call out the fans. Hate me. I am helping you. I'm opening up your eyes to this.
I hate you, Stel. I hate you, Stel.
That's it, man. Free yourself, brother. Free those demons, right?
Dude, nobody can walk.
You tell Stel went to church today.
And you can skate over.
You cannot. Kenneth, wait for your turn. Right? You cannot sit here and get sucked into top 4 races. Keep defending the shit we're watching. And for this to carry on, you got to start going up. Don't blame Emerson, man. Don't blame Winks. They never asked to join us. We asked them to come to us. Don't blame the managers. 12 managers have come, tried, and failed. Point the finger at the problem. Enoch and Levy set the mentality. They set the drive.
Go on, Stel. Tell them.
And if you've got them at the top, it will trickle down. When you join Liverpool, you walk down that corridor, you see trophies, you see ambition, you're like, I've arrived. If I don't deliver, I'm in trouble here. When you go to Man United, when you go to Bayern, when you go to Barca, you smell ambition. Even if they're in a shit phase, you smell it. When you come to Spurs, you see plans for a cinema. You see a fucking bungee jump on the roof. You see an empty trophy cabinet. You see us building hotels. What are we doing, man? Right? What is happening now is what I called all along, because these players aren't good enough, because the owners aren't good enough. Levy, get the fuck out so we can have a football club back. And I'm done.
All righty, good deal. We got some super chats I got to hit up real quick before we get to the next person. Kenneth, and you're next. This will be your turn. I want Emerson out the day the transfer window opens. Fucking horrible footballer. Big up and big love to the panel. Might jump on later. Like and subscribe. That's right. Make sure you do hit that like and subscribe button. Just boom, smash the like, punch the subscribe, ring the bell so you know whenever we go live. And the next super chat, I only got 3 of them. Let me get them out the way here. If I can get back to my comments. Mr. Bob says, facts. We are 2 points from top 4. Relax. He put people, but he meant Stelios. I can tell.
Go on, Bob Spur. You tell me now.
I almost put you in timeout, Colin. I didn't mean to do that. Thank you for the super chat, Colin. $2 says, realistically, what will Levy demand for Emerson? Shoot, I don't know. I'm gonna star that, and we'll get back.
Free.
That'll be the next question that we'll do. Like it'll do it open for free. Freeze my vote too. But I'll star.
Just get them. Just take them.
I'll star that for after this runabout. Kenneth, I'm gonna repeat the question for you. It's your turn. All right. So was today's loss A, player quality, B, player mentality, C, I forgot the dang question. The lack of tactical prowess of the manager, D, Lenik and Eve, Lenik and Evie, Levy and Enoch, or E, all of the above? Mr. Kenneth Hotspur, the floor is yours.
Well, my answer is basically what happened in the last minute when the Royal passed the ball to nobody, and Antonio Conte was shaking his head and off the field. That's my answer. I don't know if that was one of those, but that was like the game summed up for me. So that's my answer. So
awesome. I was expecting a lot more, but that's all right. That's great. I love conciseness, quality. I appreciate it. Dan THFC, same question to you. If you need a refresher of the options, let me know. I've probably forgotten them as well.
Well, can you just give me a refresher of like some of them, because I understand the question.
Yeah. So A, player quality. B, player mentality. C, tactical prowess of the manager. D, Lenik, or E, all of the above.
E, all of the above. Like most people, my problem with this club is that we don't have a vision. We're the type of club to go in for Pep Guardiola, and then he rejects him, and then rejects us, and then a week later we go in for Jose Mourinho. We don't have a style of play. The problem with this is, if we get like a manager like Nuno Espirito Santo, and we sign a player that Nuno Espirito Santo wants for his style of play, the next manager that we want, the player that he signed doesn't fit that style of play, and then we've just got a lunk of trash in our team. This pretty much what's happened with a bunch of our players in the team that we've signed on the summer, like including Emerson Royal. But we've got no squad depth. Matt Doherty, we're crying for him to be in the starting 11, and last season we were crying for him to get out of the team. It's really, really bad. Obviously, the mentality has been a problem ever since I've been watching Spurs. Manager prowess, yes. I honestly don't know what Bergwijn has to do to get minutes. I do not know what Bergwijn has to do to get minutes. It's
Dan,
sad to see.
Who do you drop for Bergwijn?
I don't know. You see Sessegnon. You could have put Bergwijn on in the left wing back.
But he said he doesn't want to play wing back. So because a lot of fans say Bergwijn. So my question is, who do you drop for him?
Depends, because you see, we brought on Lucas Moura. I think Bergwijn should have came on for Kulusevski instead of Lucas Moura in that moment.
In the game against Brighton?
No, this game right now.
He came in for Emerson though.
He did. Oh well, he could have.
We went to the back four.
Kulusevski wasn't playing good either way today. So Kulusevski could have come off for Bergwijn today, because I love Kulu, but he was not playing good today at all.
He missed Daughtry. They had the chemistry.
They did. And he's also been found out a little bit. He was an unknown quantity, and players didn't know what to really expect with him. And now
he's missing.
Are we seriously?
But I also agree.
On Doherty, really.
They had
we'll talk about when we get into the substitution. I got substitution.
But I also agree with what Stella said, where the valuation that we put on these players is not the player's fault. Right, we bought Sessegnon for 30 million, and I don't blame Sessegnon for us buying him for 30 million. I blame our recruitment and our owners. It's a disgrace what this club has turned out. We were in a Champions League final a few years ago, and look at where we are now. But look, I gotta go eat my dinner. I'll probably come back in a little, but I want to go enough for now.
Have a good one, Dan.
Sounds good, brother. Take it easy. We'll be here.
And Dombelis, before the kid leaves,
he's already gone, man.
Price on Ndombele. I would say £1.
Probably priced at £1. But Mr. Brian Daigle, you are next, my friend.
Okay, so D is the reason for A, D is the reason for B, D is the reason for C, and D is the reason for motherfucking D. So it's that plain and simple. It's happened time and time and time again. Not my first rodeo, not my first time on this. It is solely down to this man. For 21 years we've had to deal with this, and for 14 years I've been banging this drum. And for 14 years it's, you don't know what you're talking about. You are so negative. You just like it when we lose. No, I don't. I don't like being this person. I don't like having to go and protest. I don't like having to stand out and start screaming Levy out. I don't like to say, oh my God, look at our transfer budget. I don't like to see managers walk out the door. I don't like to see every motherfucking thing that goes on. But hey ho, for all those people that love the stadium and love the training ground, reach for the stars, climb any mountain higher, because things are fucking going to get good right now. We're going places. We're doing things. Let's get on this Levy bandwagon because he's a fucking genius. Prick. Prick, prick, prick.
I put that up there for you, and I was surprised that you didn't. Because normally, whatever you're saying, you stop.
Oh, mate, guy's a fucking prick. And yeah, do Danny fucking Kirienko right now.
Look at that.
Goodness, right now. I swear to God. And anyone saying, literally, Bob Spot, I love you, and I love you fucking dearly, and I would die for you. But people saying we're 2 points off top 4, we should have been 6 points above them right now, or at least 3. And putting pressure on them so they had the pressure to think, right, they need to beat us. But no, poof, it's gone. Just like a magic trick, once again.
Brian.
Once again.
Yeah. Brian, do you know when people make they post comments like we're only 2 points off? So I get their point because we are still in this race. Mathematically, I can't argue it. But what it is why are we in the race and why haven't we put it to bed? Why are we allowing this race to happen?
Because we sign shit players. Because we don't sign players with mentality. Because we let leaders go and don't replace them. We talk about bringing Eriksen in to replace Christian Eriksen. We'll bring Gareth Bale back for the 3rd time to replace Gareth Bale. We'll get rid of leaders. We won't bring in these strong players. We won't pay the money for them. Even when Conte identifies them. Oh no, they're too old. They won't have a resale value. Or oh no, we can get a cheaper version. We can go get Papi Matissar because he's one for the future. We can't sign Tomiyasu, whether he would have been good or not, because he's at the Olympics. But wait a minute, there's a youngster who's one for the future who we can sign from the Olympics.
Brian
Brilliant.
Hill, man.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
I'm just easing myself in, by the way. This
Who's
is just,
next?
the first round.
Brian Daigle, it's the Groundhog Day every day.
Every single day is Levy out day, as I say every day.
Groundhog Day. But Aaron Dub, you need a refresher on the question?
No.
All right,
go
for
the
it.
alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah, A, absolutely awful. B, bullshit performance. C, Levy is a C word. D, Dietrichs, don't knock our fans for getting behind Eriksen. How dare you criticize that? Yeah, you've lost all respect with me, man, for saying what you said about our fans giving Eriksen applause. All right, mate, that's offside for me. E, used to mean ecstasy. F, fuck Levy. And G, Gogama, sorry, me and Hamida, Sumimasen, Gomenasai, and Schuldingung bitte. I'm sorry for using bad language. So, yeah.
All
the whole
right,
fucking
I like
alphabet.
it. That was good. It was a good, A is for the way. Marcelo.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful scene.
Hello. Sorry.
What's up, buddy?
I got something in my car.
A, B, C, D, E.
E, except for the manager. I'm right there with right there with you. I'm sorry. All these problems were way before Conte. And listen, when Conte came in, I did not expect us to be in the top 4 race. I said it, and I said it again. I did not expect us to be top 4 race. When Nuno came in, I legitimately thought we weren't going to get... We're going to be mid-table. We're probably going to finish 12. When Conte came in, I thought, okay, maybe he'll steady the ship. We'll finish like, I don't know, like 7th, maybe 6th, if we're lucky. Never thought we're going to get a top 4. So I'm not going to blame a manager for getting a team that doesn't belong in a top 4 race into a top 4 race. This team does not belong in a top 4 race. Eric Dyer, horrendously shit defender. One of the most limited defenders I've ever seen. I say it and I say it again. I say it every season. Nobody listens to me. He always goes to this purple patch where he plays some good football. But it's because...
I listen to you. He's shit. I've been saying it all along. He's shit.
No, you agreed with me.
But
whenever he's in this good patch, everybody loves to big him up. Everybody loves to, say, "Oh, we need."
I think they're just looking for good because we're stuck with him, bro. Like I think they're just trying to see the positives where there aren't any.
Hold on. At best, he is a backup defender. At best, for Tottenham, if we're being brutally honest.
I just don't. Maybe you guys can refresh my memory on what the Eric Dyer hate's about, like because it was a clean sheet.
Look. I just personally think, one, he's a very limited defender. Two, whenever we're passing off the back, he slows the game down. He takes way too long to pass. Three, his passes are not when you look at a pass, right, and you see that's a good pass. It's got power, it's got pace, it's got direction, and he knows where he's passing to. Eric Dyer's passes are lazy, slow. He takes his time with it. It's just, and plus, in the Brighton game, I blame him for the goal. The amount of space he gave. What was it? Was it Trossard who scored? I don't remember.
Turned his back on the ball.
He turned his back. How the fuck do you do that as a defender, bro? That is a disgrace.
Hang on, no, you're giving Dyer too much flack for that. Romero the double fuck up.
No, hold on a second. Romero was trying to fix Emerson's fuck up, and then because of he got out of position and he didn't, right? But Romero constantly
we lost you there for a second, Marcel.
But Romero constantly has to fucking fix these fucking defenders' fuck ups. Every time.
I'm just saying,
he is the only defender there with some quality that has the vision to pass, the vision to get the ball moving. Like Romero gets the ball, I get excited.
That's fine deflection, Marcelinho. But Romero's double mistake led to that goal. Not okay. Dyer screwed up after, but it was Romero's.
Hold on.
It was a series of errors.
Hold on. Losing a ball, right, to a Emerson fuck up. To then look how much space Eric Dyer gave Trossard. Trossard could have.
Yeah, and look at Romero screwing up twice before Dyer turned his back.
Bro, hold on a second. Whenever Dyer fucks up, Romero's always there to cover up his messes. Why can't Dyer once? We ask him
What's
once.
What's that got to do with that particular goal?
No, because
guys, don't blame the players. Don't blame
because
the players.
The issue is
they never asked to join Tottenham.
I'm gonna leave them last. Don't worry, Stel. I'm gonna leave them last. But that game, I'm sorry, I blame Eric Dyer 100%. You cannot give a defender that much space. You cannot be that lackadaisical.
He's also remember how much space he gave Ronaldo for Ronaldo's world against us.
You can't just turn your brain off. It's like he's doing his fucking grocery list at times, man. You just
sometimes I feel like he's just daring people to have a shot. He's like, fuck, pop one. I bet you can't. I dare you.
Bentancur and Højbjerg. Listen, I'm not gonna hate on Bentancur just because of a few bad performances. I think he's a good defender. I think he's a good midfielder. I disagree with D-Trex. He's won Scudetos with Juventus, so I don't know what they're talking about. But in my opinion, I think either he's been run down or our midfielder is getting overwhelmed. And that where I would say maybe Conte should try to mix up. But then again, man, it's kind of hard to put the blame on him because what is he going to put? He's going to put Lucas Moura as a number 10. You know what I mean? Lucas Moura, right now, he doesn't look like he could pass a fucking ball, man. Harry Winks.
He hasn't played in 3 months. So.
He's about as reliable as I don't know. It's like relying on a kid to do calculus, man. That's never gonna happen.
Bentancur has been anonymous in the last couple of games, so we needed him to step up.
But the issue is
supposedly he's carrying a knock.
And
he may well be. Yeah, he may well be.
And Højbjerg, he's trying his hardest, but he's also not playing the very best. But let me get to our 2 wing backs. Holy shit! Look, I'll blame Enoch, but my fucking god, man, how can you not? When I look at Emerson Royale, I don't know how you can lack every fundamentals of what makes a professional footballer. He lacks everything. He can't pass. He can't cross. He can't beat a man. Can't defend. Now he's lost his pace.
Wait, who said that all of those things you just said in September?
You did. No. Listen, you were right. But oh my fucking god. I cannot believe someone who is a professional footballer lacks all that quality. Which is it's astounding because in Real Betis, I don't get it. He was playing very well. It's almost like a curse, man. I think we're honestly cursed. Because Lo Celso, we were saying the same thing about him, and now he's in a fucking Champions League semifinal. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but La Liga.
No. There's something. There's something at Tottenham right now where I got a feeling that players think that they can come in, they can make a quick wage, not give a fuck, and then get out. I think there's a mentality problem at Tottenham. I think that is because I think there's a mentality problem at Tottenham, and it starts all the way from the fucking top.
Well, there's definitely a mentality problem, but the problem is this. I think this is the problem with the players that we not the ones that we just bought in January, but the ones that we've bought in the past. If you've looked, we've pretty much bought exclusively out of La Liga and Liga, which are not comparable to Premier League at all. So much more time on the ball, so much less pressure. You have so much more space, more time, places to turn. So average players look a lot better when you have time. Everybody's better when you have time to actually think, right? You don't have to have a footballing IQ and be able to react.
Yeah, but they beat
quickly.
Bayern Munich. Lo Celso had a man of the match performance against Bayern Munich, man. This was one of La Liga. This was one of the best teams in Europe.
What can I just?
The man looked like
yeah, but this Bayern Munich is garbage though.
Well.
This year's Bayern Munich, yeah.
No, he's right.
No, okay, this year maybe, mate, but
this year's
I used to
Bayern
live in
Munich,
Munich, man.
This year's Bayern Munich would pump us 7-0. This year's Bayern Munich would pump us 7-0.
Marcelo.
But you know the funny thing is about League One, right?
This team.
Sorry, Sal. Go for it, man.
I was the only Spurs fan that said Tangang, Ndombele and Lo Celso, in my view, have been mismanaged by the club and it's damaged them. I always said, keep Lo Celso. There's a player there. The way you... Let me...
I don't think there is,
when you bring in players...
Sorry, did you say Ndombele?
Hear me out.
Lo Celso.
Hear me out. When you bring in players... No, Ndombele as well, but more Lo Celso. When you bring in players for a manager and a manager's system, and then you sack that manager 3 months later and replace him with a completely different style, completely in Mourinho, these players are going to suffer. And then you get rid of that manager and you bring in a guy with no experience, they're going to sink even further. And then you spend you go through 7 different managers of who to buy, who to bring in, not sure. And in the end, you just go with Nuno. Guys,
But hold on, I haven't finished my point.
That's why Lo Celso's a good player. He just came into a team and a club that is a mess.
Yeah, hold on, I haven't finished. And then we got this whole fucking shit like at the top. I mean, like every decision they make, it epitomizes this team performance. Stell was bang on the money. No ambition from the board. Absolutely no ambition from this board. I mean, if you're a Tottenham player, you're basically here for just the money. You know, half of these guys are here for the money. I'm telling you, these guys, all they want to do, they want to make a quick payday. They want to chill out. The Harry Winks will turn up for a game or two. They'll be like, yeah, well, come on, you Spurs, and they'll get us fooling again, and then it's gonna be the same bullshit. They're gonna let us down. It happens year after year. The players that cared about this football club, the young Vertongans, the Tobys, the Trippiers, Kyle Walkers, Danny Roses, all those guys, they're gone. They're gone. We have about 4 players that actually care about this club and care about winning something with this club. That's Hugo, that's Son, Kane, and Romero.
But,
you don't think that Hugo and Benzema want to win things? They come from a winning team.
Mark, can I just say something quick?
No.
I gotta leave.
He's gotta go. He's just gonna.
I just gotta say quick.
Remember the teachers. Let me get this because he brought up a point. So he wasn't here when I mentioned this. Yes, those players you mentioned were world class, but mentality-wise, they're in regards to winning, and the history shows, because we haven't won nothing, they fold and disappoint. Yes, it could be
but the thing is,
listen. It could be the quality. I understand, but today a game 0-0 where we needed a play to grab the game by the scruff, we did not have that. And the thing that it goes back to, like today, I was mad at Lloris twice at the beginning of the game and the beginning of the second half. His antics with the ball. Right, you're the captain. You are supposed to show composure. I said this when it happened. I'm just like, that is not good. You're the captain. You are to show that you have composure on the ball. You know, because those 2 times I was just like, Brentford's rushing. It was the beginning of the game, the beginning of the second half. And Hugo, the first thing that came to my mind was just like, you're the captain. The players will look at you. So if you're out of control, the rest of the team is out of control. We keep giving these passes. Like I said, they're world class. I love them. But the truth is that when it comes to when the pressure turns up, they fold. It's a mentality.
Mari, you get what you pay for, and we don't buy players with the mentality. We buy a cheap, ready-made 99p store because the pound store is too expensive. Player that think they can do it on the pitch don't have the mentality. We don't spend money on players with mentality to get the job done.
Hold on, before we go too far though, I want to give Dietrich his chance to say what he's got to say in case he's got to bounce. So
Aaron called me out and said like he doesn't agree with what I said on Ericsson. Like, I know other people might not agree. I just want to explain myself. Have you ever seen another fan base that's gonna clap another player when they get a corner in our side? Like, I just don't understand it. That's my only issue.
Dietrich Ericsson died during a World Cup.
It's not about dying.
European. Hold on a second, right? Ericsson. Hold on. Wait. You just questioned me. I'm going to give you an answer.
No, I didn't finish.
Hold on. Okay. Fucking go for it.
Yeah, I agree he had health problems. I agree with that. But either you do it at the start of the game when they mention his name and then you clap, or after the game. You don't do it on the corner. I've never seen that in my life, man.
Well, have you ever seen a player die on the pitch and then be resuscitated and coming back and playing against your team and having a corner taken in front of the fans, the away fans? You don't think that show of respect, that show of respect was deserved for the man? Fuck off, Dietrich. Fuck off. Fuck off, man.
I think you're both going a little bit over the board. And to be honest with you, I don't necessarily disagree with Dietrich. I don't think what Dietrich has said is all that controversial.
You see him?
Yeah.
During the game,
I'm in place. I can
like if Ericsson scored a goal,
exactly,
and we lost today, would the fans have clapped him?
Exactly.
We're talking about humanity here, about a person. All right?
I don't care about the humanity at a football match.
Okay, fine. All right, you can be all rootless cold cunts then. Go for it, boys.
No, I'm just asking.
I think
if he scored a goal, if he scored a goal, would our fans have cheered him if he scored?
Yes.
No, of course not, mate. But that wasn't
okay. Then why are we
applauding the guy when he's back in front of our fans?
Hold on a second,
different.
Guys,
hold on a second, Aaron. Hold on a second, Aaron.
This is a cultural thing, guys. This is a cultural thing. This is culture. In the UK, what happened today is normal. In the UK, right? And I'm saying this because I support teams in Cyprus and Greece as well. In those countries, they throw bottles and spit at them for leaving the club. It's a cultural thing, right? A bit like when Ronaldo in the 7th or 8th minute, whatever it was, they all clapped and they sang "Walk On" for him. It's a cultural thing, and in the States, Canada, and maybe Brazil, I don't know. Maybe it's done differently. I could be wrong, guys. I just think this is a cultural thing.
We would do that.
No, like I don't mind our fans clapping him, like when he came on the pitch, right? Or after the match, if he walked around and we clapped him. No problem, right? But when he's like, say he gets a corner, right? Goes to take that corner, and then that corner goes into an assist, and they score. right?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
we
exactly.
clap the goal.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
You don't clap.
But do you not understand that it wasn't about
It's
football?
an English
It
thing.
was
No,
a.
but the thing is, but hold on a second. There's a thing. The thing is, Aaron, there's a time and place, right? If someone's father died, right, I will go and talk to them in person. I'm not gonna go to a party and tell them, "Oh, let's talk about your dead father." You know what I mean? Like that's gonna ruin the mood. That's gonna
That's a
you know.
ridiculous analogy, Marcelo.
No, it basically is. It's a time and place type of thing. You don't fucking clap when a player is taking a corner to try to score against your team.
Stel, would you have clapped and sang the Ericsson song today if you were there?
Not in the corner. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Stel?
I would personally. I would have. But I
Someone
don't.
you
I
wouldn't.
don't.
American sport.
No. I would have. Sorry, I would have. Yeah, I would have clapped and sung. Yes.
Yeah, so would I,
but
man.
I
I
don't-
mean,
but
the guy,
if-
you know.
But if someone doesn't like what I do and they don't like what happened, it doesn't bother me.
Listen, if it was Fabrizio Romano, what was his name again? Mwamba, right? The guy who played for Ipswich, right? I would have sang his name.
Bolton Wanderers.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's about just being supportive on a human level.
Yeah, but
And
Right, so you do that before the match.
Yeah, you can do it before the match. After the match.
They
or
had the
if he's in the
opportunity to do it when he went to the corner flag.
No, you
Okay,
Aaron, they had after the game when everyone started clapping and they waited. That's the perfect time to do it, not during a corner when he's trying to score on you.
ask
Don't do
Gogama
it.
what I said to her at half time. I said the only nice thing about that game was that our fans got behind Ericsson, and that's from a human point of view.
Yeah, I agree
Fuck
with you.
football.
I agree with you, Aaron, but he's trying to score on you, make you lose. How can you cheer that? I don't understand it.
No, in American sports, it's usually structured. It's either before the game, like a Tom Brady will come back to the Patriots. They did something in the
Yeah,
beginning.
Tampa Bay plays New England. Yeah.
I mean, it's also like.
Did Tom Brady die on the pitch?
I don't care about that. That happened
I do,
7
man.
months
I
ago.
do, and that's the fucking difference.
Every
I
game he goes
care.
to, he's going to get clapped because he passed out.
It doesn't
this is the first game against us.
How long?
Told
Next
Des,
year?
man.
The year after that?
No,
The year after that?
Will, do you know what Little Des is? It's the opposite to hyperbole.
Guys,
And that's what you're using now for effect.
Look,
Little
look,
Des.
Quick question. Guys,
in
quick
boxing,
question.
hold on a second. In boxing, they don't stop in the middle of the fight to just give hugs to each other. They're fucking fighting. You know what I mean?
But
It's a
they're
sport.
shit analogies, man. You're using shit analogies.
It's a sport. During the game, you go there to fucking win.
I'll give you a
Give
perfect
hugs after the game or
One
before.
question, guys. One question.
There's a
one
guy
question.
on.
Hold on, let Stel go.
One question. Just one question. If Spurs were winning 4-0 and the game was done and the fans clapped when Ericsson went over for the corner, would it be a problem or not?
No, not a problem.
No, it wouldn't.
No, because we're done.
So
We won.
why is it a problem now? Because it was
Because it's 0-0.
Because it's
and he
0-0.
is trying.
Makes no
We're trying to get top
beat
4.
us. We're trying to get top 4, and he is actively trying to beat us.
So you're telling me we can show respect when we're winning, but not when we're drawing?
No, but
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
not, also
Doesn't
it's not
matter, guys.
disrespectful to not clap.
I'll give you a perfect scenario.
If we were losing 4-0, it would be okay to clap.
Look,
Did none of you have a tear in your eye when our fans did that? Because I was
No.
nearly in tears, man.
I'll use a perfect example. LaMarcus Aldridge had a heart murmur, had to leave the game. He played for Brooklyn, right? The first game he came back, right? The fans applauded in the beginning of the game, which was a point in time. But during that game, he says, I hope no one goes soft for me. Because it would be like me if you came back, right, from a heart surgery or whatsoever, life or death situation. As a competitor, I have to compete against you. That other person is saying, I hope they don't go soft for me or feel sorry for me. I'm competing hard with that player. When the match is done, then yeah, I'm giving all the hugs.
Yeah, you're human after.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the fans. It's not saying that we don't have respect for the person. No, we do have respect. But at that moment, it's a competitive moment.
For me, I just think it's overdoing it. It's overdoing it.
You guys think the
You know?
claps are going to make? Do you guys think the
Look,
claps?
I don't think it's a huge deal. I don't think it's a huge deal to clap the guy. Would I have done it? No.
It was a gesture of respect for a man who suffered a huge health issue, who was a legend.
Aaron, you play football. It's not about respect. It's about winning. Winning.
Dietrich, I fucking played football since I was 4 years old, mate. Don't tell me I played football. I know exactly how you fucking play football.
I never say you don't play football. I say I say you win first and foremost.
Yeah,
then
it's
you
not
can
about
show the
respect.
I
respect.
know that, Dietrich,
Listen,
but there is
listen,
no harm.
If I was on that
And it
pitch,
was
if I was on that pitch, I would have two-footed Ericsson if it meant winning the game in a heartbeat.
Me
That's
too.
different.
Two-footed him. I would have gotten a red
fucking hell,
card.
man.
I don't care. I'm there to fucking win.
Yeah, go to the gym, Marcelo. If you don't appreciate our fans showing a bit of respect for Christian Eriksen,
If it was after the game,
go back and take your steroids, mate. Go take your fucking
steroids. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever, man. Juice you're on.
Well, listen, man.
If you don't have a heart, man,
because
and
you're
you don't
floppy and I'm
appreciate what our
muscular,
fans
it's
did
all right.
today.
All right, you know,
Muscular,
I'm not
mate.
about it.
Aaron,
Not to get
hold
bitter
on.
about it.
Hold on. He's allowed to have his opinion, though, isn't he? Right. Brian, what are you saying?
This is just typical Spurs fans. Let's all skate around the problem and choose a different subject to leave you off the hook again. Once again, let's all do it. It doesn't matter if it's Ericsson. It doesn't matter what it is. As Spurs fans, like I said, I ain't taking any prisoners anymore. I ain't going fucking stupid.
I like
is
this,
what
Brian.
happens. Everyone talks. Leave you this, leave you that. Then some comment comes up, whether it's valid or whether it's not. Let's all have a bitch fest about that.
Well, we can bitch about checkmate.
And forget about the real problem at hand. Listen, people will have different opinions of what happens. Like I said, when Dele Alli came back to Spurs, if I was at that ground, would I have clapped him? Would I have sung the Dele Alli song? Hell fucking no. Because that guy's a fucking useless waste of space that fucking abandoned us for 3 years.
So is Ericsson.
What happened with Ericsson? Yes, he down tools. Yes, I was not happy with him. Would I sing the song? No, because I wouldn't sing the Dele Alli song. Would I clap him as a human? Hell yes, I would clap Christian Eriksen, because that guy was fucking brown bread for God knows how long. So clapping him is nothing. I will clap him.
But we're not talking. The point isn't clapping him,
Like
right?
clap him before the game or
Clap him
after
before
the game.
when they call his name out when he's at home.
Nil.
Listen, mate, I'll give you a prime example, and I'll go right back to it. I took my sister to a very first Spurs game. It was Spurs-Everton. Paul Gascoigne played. Every single time that man got a goddamn corner, the whole club was in fucking raptures and everyone clapping him. Other players come back. Jermaine Defoe comes on the pitch. Everyone sings Jermaine Defoe. He's a yiddo. Every single time a player comes back that has any kind of allegiance
as he's coming in. As he's coming in. Not when he's taking a corner, not when he's taking a penalty or a free
When Paul
kick.
Gascoigne came back, the whole game, Spurs were singing to Paul Gascoigne, "You are Spurs and you know you are," for the whole goddamn fucking game. Maybe a different scenario with Paul Gascoigne and what happened to Christian Eriksen, but Spurs fans and what happens back home is they will do that. And that's not just Tottenham. When Steve Gerrard first came back to as a manager to Aston Villa, they started singing Steve Gerrard, Gerrard. When Vieira went back to the filth for the first time, they're all singing, "Oh, Pat Vieira." They're singing, he came from Senegal. That's what happens. It's what happens.
Yeah, they'll sing it
Yeah.
here and there.
Yeah, you're so right, Daigle.
Do you think those
Maybe
claps
it's a
and chants are
difference.
gonna
Maybe
make
it's a
him
difference
deliver a better
in nationalities here. Maybe
listen,
it's.
I think
I don't know.
personally, look, as a Brazilian, that's very unnatural to me. In our stadium, once you leave the club, you're done. You're dead. You cut ties with that club. You know what I mean? Like, sure, you're a legend and everything, but when you're
I
playing
told you
against
it's
us,
cultural, guys.
we want to beat you.
Danny's English too.
It is about winning. But my issue is, right, if we were singing, let's say, like, you know, when the game, the players are just passing the ball around, and we start singing Eriksen's, and like I would have sang along. That's fun. But don't clap him while he's taking a corner where it's a dangerous situation and he can score a goal.
Was it the first corner?
Marcelo was the
When was
only
it?
opportunity
'Cause
he
I missed
had.
it.
It was when he took a corner in the first half from their left wing, right?
There was
So
like
he
25
thinking-
corners. So
There's like 25
okay.
corners.
Marcelo, listen, it was the only chance. It was like an opera behind them, man. And it was our fans
Listen.
just appreciating them. I'm sorry, by the way, Marcelo and Dietrich, for getting over animated and using bad
No,
language.
listen, I like it when you're over
I
animated.
would have been one of the guys in the crowd singing Eriksen, son. I would have been one of those boys, mate. All right, so yeah, just to show appreciation.
look, I don't. To be honest with you, the only reason why I even brought it up is because you called Dietrich out. Dietrich came down to call himself out. It's the only reason why we're even talking about it. I didn't even notice it. First of all, like I said, I wasn't 100% focused on the game because I was watching my kid play. But and I didn't notice it watching it back either. So I just didn't notice. But for me, if they did it, not a big deal. I wouldn't have done it. Do I think it's like the end all be all? Let's rant and rave about it? No, but I wouldn't do it. And it's not because I don't care about it, Ericsson as a person. I was on a watch along. I think it was on We Are Tottenham TV when Christian Eriksen actually went down. Right, like it was either on my channel or on their channel, and it was an emotional time. Everybody was worried about him. Everybody was upset. Everybody wanted him to get better. When he got back into football, everybody's happy. But you don't. Maybe it is cultural. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, you don't root for another player in the middle of a match. You can do it at halftime. You can do it at a dead ball. You know what I mean? But not in an active live play scenario, right?
Okay, maybe I'm more emotional
I also believe it comes to a point where it's like, okay, we clap, we did our piece, but there's also like a little bit of overdoing it. Like, you're almost like babying. Like some people, I don't know. Like, okay, he made it. We clapped. He came back football. It was a great moment. I loved it. He came back to our stadium. We gave him the round of applause when his name was announced. We sang his song. There we go. But there's a little bit overdoing it for me. Like don't do it
in our stadium, Marcelo. It was in their stadium.
Oh, well, their stadium, whatever. But
I think that's even kind of worse, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but like
I was talking to Colin last night, and I was telling him how much I cried when I saw Eriksen die on the pitch, and how much.
Yeah, I was sad.
I want our fans to back him, and I said that to him last night. I said that to Colin. I had a chat with him last night, and I talked to Colin at half time. And I said how happy I was, how proud I was of our fans for doing.
That's fine. So you can be happy, but just because nobody else is doesn't mean that we're wrong.
Happy, mate. No, nobody's right or wrong here, Will. It's a case of just saying our fans did some. It was a gesture.
And you told Dietrich to fuck off over it, right? I'm just saying.
What you got to remember as well is like when players like Jan Vertonghen had his last game, or Jermaine Defoe, they all get substituted just before the final whistle, and the whole crowd get to say goodbye and give them a standing ovation. We didn't get that, Christian.
Because he fucked off.
No, he fucked off, but we didn't know when we were going to sell him because the parasite kept it going on to see how long it took to get rid of him to try and get this extra money in, so we could go and not spend it on what.
Yeah, but I don't. But listen,
so no one gets to say goodbye to him. Listen again. This is not the main issue. This is not the main issue. I cannot believe we spent 20 minutes bitching about this when this is fucking neither here nor there. He did not score from the corner. We did not win or lose because of that fucking song. We drew that game because we have inept players, we have an inept fucking board, and we do not fucking get anywhere. And every single time, all that happens is the main agenda comes up, and then we start talking about it, and then one little thing goes, and we're like, let's forget what we're talking about, because we cannot criticize this parasite at the top. And this is what happens with the huge. No, what I'm saying is with this whole. I'm not talking about on this stream. I'm talking about the majority of this fucking fan base. Oh, let's bitch about Levy, but then wait a minute, he signed 2 players. Let's forget about all that. Oh no, we've lost 2 games. Oh no, let's go back on Levy out. Oh no, we've won a game. Let's go Levy. Fuck off. This is the problem.
Sorry, Brian. Ellie, thank you, because I think me and Ellie are on the same page when it comes to Eriksen. But anyway, I'm not going to say anything else. You go for it, boys.
Yeah, but look, I mean, it's like this. So, like, look, you can call me psychopath, doesn't matter. But like, the fact that he almost died on the pitch has nothing to do with what he did before that or us bringing him back. They're not related, right? He doesn't get a pass for down tooling for 18 months and then basically pissing off when we needed him, right? And then now that he can't play for the team he wanted to play for because of insurance reasons, he just gets to come back? No. He doesn't.
I think what people are misunderstanding because they say, all right, the Arsenal fans clap 7 minutes whatsoever. This was a totally different situation where Bryce puts it in a good way. It's an attacking position of the game. It's live, and it's like I said, it's tough because of the humanity. You know, just because you're in the competitive sport doesn't mean that you don't have the humanity. That's just, but you know, there's a time and place. And after the game, that was beautiful. That was wonderful.
Yes, after the game, it was.
After the game's great.
When he went up to that guy's shirt and signed it,
Beautiful.
I got emotional. That was beautiful. But during the game, I'm sorry, I wanted to be locked on. It's war.
But hold on. I gotta address this because this is, and I hate Daniel Levy as much as everybody, but this comment from Ellie is absolutely false. Eriksson did not leave because Daniel Levy fucked him over. We all saw Daniel Levy sitting on the couch saying, we will give you whatever you want, right? You know that you're not leaving because of money. I will give you whatever you want.
That's true.
I know it's not what you want to hear, but unless we get this much, I can't let you go, right? We all saw it. So that is not, he does not have that excuse. That can't be blamed on Levy. Eriksson left because Eriksson wanted to fucking leave.
He wanted to leave.
And nothing to do with cash.
And you know
Levy
what?
not paying him enough, him not being respected enough by the fans, yada, yada, yada. Eriksson wanted to leave. Had nothing to do with Daniel Levy.
Listen,
that one's not on Levy. Everything else is. Eriksson isn't.
Listen, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with him wanting to leave. And listen, I would take him back. I don't care. I would take him back. You know.
I wouldn't take him back.
You wouldn't?
Nope.
You're crazy. I would take him back. Compared to the midfield right now, I would take him back in a heartbeat.
Sugoi, sumimasen, and arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you.
What I was going to say was, can you bring up the guy's comment about the American fans? Because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I don't know if I started though. Let's see.
Oh, dang it. Oh, and then I forgot. My super chat's coming up.
But yeah, let's go to that. So realistically, what do you think that Levy will demand for Emerson? How much do you think we'll get our money back, or?
Because I mean, like, there's no way he's staying. I guess most likely it'll be a loan if I'm, thinking critically here. But
I can see him staying, honestly.
Really?
I can see in a fucked up world these days. Listen, we did not expect Dele Alli to stay here that long. We did not expect Winks to last this long. I mean, Davies is gonna have a testimonial, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Tottenham is a place where we invite you, and you can fuck up as many times as you want. But as long as Daniel Levy can save some cash, he'll give you a second chance.
But really though, like, if we can skip all that and say if he were to be sold, like, what do you think the price? Like, what do you think he would?
Oh, Colin, listen, this guy wanted 40 million for Winks,
Yeah.
so probably 65 million. Who gives a fucking flying fuck? It shouldn't be down to what he gets. It should be Conte that says, listen, I want this guy gone. I need this amount of money to go get that player. Sell him for this amount of money. If we get 15, if we get 20, if we get whatever the fuck we get. If Antonio Conte says to Levy, a bid has come in for 15 million, sell this bastard so I can invest it elsewhere, he does it. He won't, but that's what he should do. That's what other managers have with their chairman. They say, I would need this money to reinvest elsewhere, and they are backed. Once again, we are not. So the question, it doesn't matter. This guy wants 40 million for Winks. He wanted 30 million for Sissoko. Who gives a fuck what he can go for? Because we're not going to get it.
We got to do something though.
Oh, mate,
Right?
I will be doing something. Coming to Lily White House near you from June the 9th to June the 27th. My holiday is ruined. My wife is going to kill me because guess where I'll be?
Yeah, man. I just look. I'm there with you. I wish I could go and get there
man,
as well.
Chaos.
But I just.
Well, what do you think about this question?
I mean, 20 million is the reported amount apparently that we're asking minimum, right? Taking a 10 million loss on him. You're not gonna be able to sell him now. Maybe send him out on loan next season, and hopefully that he can perform well enough that his price goes up. I mean, that tends to be the Levy way. Huh?
Back to Spain, you think?
Yeah, back to Spain, most likely. But look, we got to stop buying players out of Spain in Liga. We got to. I mean, unless they're like huge names. I mean, huge names. We got to stop buying players out of Liga and Liga. I mean, the players that we've got. Name one player out of either of those two leagues that's come here and actually been good.
Let me think. Lamella, but he didn't actually. He came from Italy.
Came from Roma.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, for Spurs or Premier League?
For Spurs.
Oh,
even
you
in
know
the
what?
Premier League.
Even in the Premier League, I can't even think of one.
No, we got to stop buying.
Just kidding.
It doesn't work, right? All the best players, all the players that come in and take off, come out of.
I think the only one.
Serie A and Bundesliga.
I think the only one you could say is maybe Partey. You know, he's been pretty good for Arsenal. Let's be let's be real. He's been good. He's
Good. Half this season, but last
Fernando
season when he
Torres-
came, he was
Fernando
nothing.
Yeah.
Pepe's been garbage.
Well, you know, it does take some time to.
Sergio Aguero would probably
Fernando
be.
Torres come to the Premier League.
He came from Atletico, went to the City. Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, he'd be the only one.
Fernando Torres, unless he didn't.
But how long was that ago? You know,
Did Fernando Torres play in Spain before he played in the Premier League?
You were recent. Okay.
Recently, I mean, let's talk about recently though. You know, I mean, that was decades ago.
Yeah, I'm getting. It doesn't feel like that long ago.
That was like 2000 and what, like 7, 2006.
Probably, man.
That was a different generation though. In the
R9
Liga.
was still fucking playing football.
Ronaldinho was still playing.
Yeah, man.
Fuck me.
I thought Toby came out of Ajax.
No,
Toby
Toby
did
came
come
from
out.
Atletico, but he was an Atletico reject. He didn't play much for Atletico. People forget about that. He mainly played in Ajax. He didn't play much for Atletico.
And then he went to Southampton on loan, and then to
Yeah.
David Silva, but that's a long time ago too, man. David Silva.
Like,
we're talking
about,
a decade
like,
ago.
Let's talk about last 4 years, right? When
Again,
has a
that was a decade ago.
What's that? What's the attacking midfielder dude that plays for City?
La Liga player
Rodri?
come?
Rodri hasn't been that good either, to be honest.
No, Rodri's good.
He's good, but he hasn't come out and like blown the league away. You know what I mean?
He's definitely really good, man. Come on now.
Hey, Marcelo, considering, right, just so Will mentioned League One earlier, right, the French league.
Yeah.
Now, when we take into consideration Ndombele, Unji, Nkudu, all the players that we've signed from League One, with the exception of Hugo Lloris, who all of the rest of them have flopped. And now we look at Pape Sarr at Metz, who can't even get a game in a team that are struggling. Do we have any expectations for him? Any of you guys?
I mean, still did, but I don't know what's going to come on from that. But
I don't.
Odegaard, Lascelles. Oh, stop, Liam one. Lascelles, definitely not. Odegaard.
Torres went back to Barcelona. Ferran Torres.
To be fair, Odegaard has been a really good signing for Arsenal.
For Arsenal.
Odegaard sounds like a type of deodorant or something, mate. Odegaard.
But like, okay, that's like one signing out of like how many? You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Gotta bring him in.
Sounds like trouble.
Congratulations on the new dad here. Everybody show love for Daddy JTTTT.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Bring a geisha.
Right, that song is banging. Love that. How you doing?
Yeah, the beat's good, dude. That's a good beat, man. Good beat's got some good drops. And the double bass drop here. Double bass drum. It's one thing I don't hear enough in
hip hop.
In hip hop is double bass drums.
Well, one thing here we don't hear enough is Josh singing, because when he talks, he's all fucking ethics, mate. But when he sings, he's like Frank Sinatra.
In a way.
Like you hear bass in sequence, right? But you don't hear the double bass drum, right?
Were you
hear in like rock?
Were you in band in high school?
Not in band, no.
that drum. You look like you were.
I was in a band in high school, but not the band.
Ooh,
He was in band camp. You know that movie?
Yeah, it's a good one.
But Gogama's got a $20 super chat here. It says, big up, Will Nim and Panel Chuego. Thank you. Dietrich, Mari, Colin, Aaron, Marcelo, Brian, Stelios, Josh. Show Chemisayo. It's very fun. So thank you very much for the 20,001. I wish it was $20,000, but I'll take 20,001 too.
Hey, Will, hit me up, mate. I'll sort that out for you. And again, Gogama, I'm really sorry, me and my dad, that I used bad language earlier, because I know you're a very polite person. So, yeah, sorry.
I agree with Mr. O here. Bundesliga, Eredivisie, Belgium League.
Don't ever be sorry
Premier League.
Expressing.
No, I'm only ever sorry to Gogama because she's a good friend of mine, and I know she doesn't appreciate when we get feisty too sometimes.
She must really dislike me when I go on a rant. Then I really do.
She loves you. She loves you. She's got a life-size cardboard cutout of you in her bedroom.
She's Korean, man. You do realize that Koreans use foul language all the time, right? Like it's common.
I don't know how to swear in Korean. I can swear in Tagalog.
It's easier for you to. It's better for you to not swear in Korean, because when you swear in English, it's cute. When you swear in Korean, it's rude. Right?
The difference is, I think in Korea is how they treat strangers.
It's more Japan, dude. Like in Korea, they drop cuss words all the time, man.
Strangers, really? I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
Whoa, hey, are we going to talk about Japan now? Because that's my area. Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying in Japan they're very quiet. They're like they don't talk on the subway. It's rude to talk on the subway. They're a lot more. This,
You know
that, and
what's
the other
crazy?
thing.
What's crazy? That is kind of true, because I used to watch a lot of Pride fighting, which was in Japan, and it was crazy because they would fill up 70,000 people stadium, and everybody's quiet. They only cheer after like someone won or someone did like a nice move. They'll usually clap. While in America, it's like, yeah, fuck him up. Everybody's like, they're clapping.
Like you're not supposed to use your cell phone on the subway. You shouldn't really talk to the person next to you. You're just supposed to sit there and be quiet. But in Korea, that's not the case,
really
man.
cool.
It's not as loud as China. So China's really loud. People yelling, screaming, babies crying, doing whatever. Japan's very quiet on the train. Korea's kind of like in the middle. If you know the person next to you, you can sit there and you can have a conversation as long as you're not like screaming. But yeah, no man, I've walked on the trains and have you motherfucking Yankee, go the fuck home, screamed at me
in Korea. Yeah, Will, I was in a restaurant with a bunch of my English teaching friends, right? None of us were American, by the way. They're from New Zealand, Australia, England, Ireland, Scotland, everywhere, Wales, whatever. And I'm sorry, Gogama, but I have to just say this because it's kind of saying the same thing as what Will just said. A woman stood up and started shouting. I was saying, "Get out of here, you fucking Americans!" Right, in Korean, and I didn't know what was going on. I was only there for a few days at the time, and it went on for a while. And eventually, the woman beside me, who's Canadian, stood up. But she stood up and she said, "None of us are American." And Marcelo, in regards to going to football in Japan, I looked all over Tokyo to find a bar that was showing a Tottenham game. Was Tottenham Man City. We eventually lost 5-1, by the way, but the game prior to that was Tochigi, which is a Japanese team, and that was being screened on TV. So I went to Tochigi FC Supporters Club bar, and there's like 50 fans all there applauding.
Yes, Paul Beatty, it is. You look like an interesting fellow. As long as you keep your pants on, you're welcome to come on.
I'm going to hop all soon, Paul, so you jump on, man. But sorry, just to finish at Marcelo. Just to finish at Marcelo, yeah. So all the fans were applauding politely. And, it was like, oh, bravo, almost, if I could put it into a kind of British expression. And then as soon as the game was over, they all got up and folded their napkins and put their chopsticks down, and because they were all eating food during the game.
They'll sometimes like applaud after the match, if it's a good match.
It was the weirdest experience ever, man. I've never been to a football game where the fans don't in the club, the club bar, and they just all get up and walk out. And then I'm sat there watching Man City beat us 5-1. Oh, for fuck's sake, man, screaming and shouting at the TV. And the guy, the owner of the bar is going, who's this fucking nut job? But anyway, boys, Will, as always, a pleasure. Guys, I'm sorry, Marcelo, Dietrich, I apologize. I kicked off a bit of an emotional day.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I think that you should blow up more often.
No, mate, it's not my
it's okay.
it's not my thing, man. It's not my thing. I'm more Japanese, you know. So Shinto, Buddhism, mate. You know. Let's all meditate on that.
The link is pinned to the top.
Out.
Good one. Yeah, with
Thanks
that,
for coming on, Aaron. Appreciate it. Everybody else too. We've been on about the 2-hour mark, so make sure you do hit that like and subscribe button right there. Click the like, hit the subscribe, and then hit the announcement arrow so you know when we're going live, so you don't miss any of our shows when they start off. Josh Tottenham guy, man, like how you been, brother? Congratulations on becoming a Fafa for the how many times have you been a Fafa?
This is the fourth one, bro.
Fourth times. Get your tubes tied, brother.
Right. Yeah, man.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
He said plan.
Snip. Probably get some codeine take when you're healing up.
I might just do a Johnny Knoxville and get myself.
It's probably free for you, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, we can get it on the NHS, bro. Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
But yeah, baby's doing well. Mother Tash is obviously doing all right as well. They're both being kept in hospital for observations and stuff, but they're
So
really
you're going
well.
out to the pub then, and
no, I've actually had to come home because I was meant to be staying at my mum's house, but because she lives like 5 minutes from the hospital, but I've got a dog at home that I didn't really want to leave overnight, so I've come back.
There you go. Congratulations. Hope everybody becomes healthy and
yeah, everyone's doing all right, man. Thank you very much.
The newest Spurs fan.
Yeah, I actually tried.
All right.
I actually tried to barter with Tash while she was in labour, and I turned around and said, "Can her name be Lily May Hotspur Pavitt?" And she's like, "Absolutely fucking not."
Let's bring him in here. I like bearded folks, and he's got a beard, and it looks like he's wearing pants, so we can bring him on safely. Paul Osper's in the house. Welcome to the show. First, come on, you Spurs. First time caller. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Welcome.
How you doing today, brother?
All right, it's good to see or talk to all of you. I mean, I've been watching you lot for quite some time. I just thought I'd stick it in. Yeah, good man.
Good deal. And where are you calling from? It sounds like you're down from the southern hemisphere.
Hang on.
Captain Birdseye.
There we go. All right, done. There, I'm calling from Sydney, but I used to go to White Hart Lane in the 80s and 90s when the shelf used to be all standing and shit, which was nice. First season ticket cost £36. How about that?
Jesus.
Well, I don't understand. There's a lot of Spurs fans that have like emigrated over to Australia recently. I've noticed a lot of them.
Away from Levy.
Yeah, true. As far away as possible.
They don't want to deal with the fucking backlash. See, I'll say this: the one thing I'm thankful for is that after a absolutely embarrassing defeat, I can go home, I can just forget about it. I can go to my job. You guys in England, man, you guys have to hear from your coworkers, your family.
Listen, my brother's a West Ham fan. My brother's a West Ham fan, and I get it rubbed in my face every single day. We've got Europa League semis. I don't care. When I'm not watching football, I tend to detach myself from it. I've learned that getting too invested is, I've had arguments with people because I've been too invested, so I've just taken a massive step back.
Good for you, honestly. Good for you.
And everybody's loving Paul. They're loving the beard. They're loving the beard from Paul. And they're also Danny Kiriakou says you're a sick guest. He says nice to see you again, Paul.
Oh yeah, I was on the Irish Hotspurs one a couple of weeks ago. So hello, nice to see you again. Yeah, I think you're right there. The distance makes it less everywhere. I mean, geez, I remember when I had to go to school the day after Michael Thomas won the league for Arsenal against Liverpool in the dying minutes, and it was fucking awful because everyone supported Arsenal at school. So,
well, where I am, mate, everyone's either a West Ham fan or they're an Arsenal fan. I'm probably like one of very few Tottenham fans in my area. So,
yeah, no,
sorry, that explains why you're so hard and cold all the time. It's because you're surrounded by,
No, I'm hard and cold because I deal with people and I fucking hate people.
I don't think so.
one thing I'd like to say is about there's if I could just say a couple of things. I'm fed up with hearing the word. I'm fed up with hearing the word Spursy from people, especially from fans. I mean, when other teams are shit, you don't say they're a bit Everton-y. So I don't know. I think it's just because it sounds easy to say Spursy. But the other thing is, yeah.
I think the reason we're called Spursy is because, unlike Everton, we're a so-called top 6 club, and out of the top 6, we're the only one to never win a trophy. So I think that's why we kind of get tagged with this label, because we're a big club that never actually wins anything.
Can you rephrase what you just said there, Stel? Because you just said that we've never won a trophy. Could you just rephrase that a little better before I get pedantic?
In the Premier League era.
Okay, that's better.
Well, I would disagree with that. I would say that we are the Premier League champions of 2017. I mean, Putin didn't become a twat overnight, did he? So I think if the Premier League did like a Tour de France style, Chelsea, Lance Armstrong, they were cheating for years, then we came second in 2017. So we won. Fuck them.
I agree with you, but the rest of the world will tell us to piss off.
Well, they can piss themselves, can't they? Who gives a shit what they think, I don't think we've had some rough times in recent years, but we've also had some good times, and I don't know.
But I wanna no, hold on. Paul, you got to see. Listen, you're lucky because you got to see, Spurs lift cups.
Yeah,
I haven't. I've never seen us lift an FA Cup. I've never seen us lift a European Cup. I've never seen us have it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, for my generation, right? Like my perspective, there has been some great moments. Bale when he came around. Oh my goodness, some of the games he played, fantastic. Kane, some of the games he's had, the performances, fantastic. The Champions League run, even when we came second in the league, we seeing us in a title race was really exciting for the first time. But fuck, man, like coming second place so many times, it hurts. I just wanted to see us lift something. Like, I'm not asking us to be like Bayern Munich. I'm not asking us to be like Barcelona. I'm not asking us to be like City. I just want something, man. I just want to see Kane, Son, Hugo, because lift a trophy. Because to me personally, right, the fact that Jan Vertonghen, a player who I love, who Brian loves as well, got to leave Spurs without lifting anything, without nothing to really, show for. An excellent center back, in my opinion, had nothing to show for the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
for me, it's kind of depressing. It's kind of embarrassing. I hate to say it, but it is embarrassing in a lot of ways.
I think one thing is, I think it's a lot harder to win trophies now. It really is. The distance between the top 2 teams at the moment, you can forget Chelsea. They're going to go back to being a bang average London club like they always were before Abramovich bought them over.
City won the FA Cup last year.
Oh, Manchester City. Yeah, so City and Liverpool.
No, Leicester City won the FA Cup.
Okay, yeah, I'm not saying we shouldn't be winning things, but it is harder. You don't get so many bites of the cherry.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Paul. I'm not expecting us to win something every year, but come on, man, it's been 20 years.
Oh, yeah,
20
sure. years.
All I'm going to say on that matter is you know for a fact that if we win something like an FA Cup, if we win something like a Europa
I'm
League,
going insane.
Right? If we win something like a League Cup, we all know for a fact that because we're Spurs, every other fan's gonna look at us. Oh, it's only that cup. It doesn't
I don't
really
care.
matter that much.
No, Josh. If we win a trophy, there is nothing in this world, nothing a fan can say that will ruin my day. Now, on the flip side, if we get top 4, right? If we just get top 4, there is something a person can say that can ruin my day, and you know what that is?
Well,
Oh, you didn't win a trophy.
you know what?
That would ruin my day. But if we win an FA Cup, and Arsenal fans say, "Oh, well, you haven't won a trophy in years, whatever," I'll be like, "Fuck yourself." Guess what? Look at this, and I'll send a picture of Harry Kane lifting a fucking trophy, and I'll give them the middle finger with it.
Well, you know, I think I see what you're saying, but I mean, maybe it's because I'm a bit older, but I kind of think I don't give a fuck what other fans say. You know, I support Tottenham because I started supporting when I was young. Yeah, it's nice to look. Don't get me wrong; it's nice to win. It's great to win trophies. It's a great feeling, but you know, just to be able to do that, to have bragging rights or whatever, I don't think that's the most important thing. I think the most
For
important...
me, but for me, it's more to see our players who I feel like deserve to win something.
Well, they don't deserve to win something because they haven't. I mean, that's football, unfortunately.
No, I actually fully agree there. If we deserve to win something, we would have put our all into it. The problem that we've got at the moment is this mentality.
Man, I think if you look in that Champions League final, we did put our all to it. It's just
guys.
It's just simply.
Don't you think that if we had built a squad, those players would have deserved it? Because when you look at the teams we've lost finals to, Liverpool, City, Chelsea's, they've all had a squad. So those players benefit from being in a squad. Our players, it was literally the starting 11, and that's it.
Starting 11, that's it.
This is different. This is what the summer's going to prove. So the summer's going to prove whether or not our board have any capacity to move forward and actually look to build for the future. Like, yes, I mean we've gone from finishing, I think it was 8th, and now we're looking more and more likely to finish 5th. That's already a step in the right direction in the sense that we've moved up the table. There's nothing saying that next year, providing that we have a board that backs a manager that is competent enough to win something, that we're not gonna achieve something next year.
I can see Brian twitching. And with that, before he says anything, I gotta go. I gotta go to sleep. It's 11 o'clock. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Paul, great talking to you.
Yeah, nice speaking to you, man. I've watched you a few times.
It was cool seeing your insight. You know, seeing the difference in perspective. I definitely agree with some things you say. Disagree with some others, but that's a discussion for another day. Thank you guys for having me, and good night, Brian.
Later,
love
brother.
you, buddy.
Love you too, brother.
Have a good one.
Yeah, it's just a wind up, Brian. Just ignore that because I'm reading it. I'm just like someone's trying to wind you up. There.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I know, Dave. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
So, yeah,
that's no issue. That's no issue at all.
Okay.
Not an issue, but thanks for looking out, brother. That's no problem at all, mate. Not a problem. I'm enjoying listening to Paul. Obviously, Paul has travelled a long way, or lives a long way away, and he went to Spurs during the glory days, and he's one of the ones that can talk about things that used to happen and things that we won and the pride that was going into a game and walking down that high road and feeling positive like we did with Pete Poch. They were the days where you walk down the high road feeling as positive as it comes, and you went enjoying the football.
Yeah. But I tell you, one season I remember in particular was the 86-87 season, and we didn't actually win anything that season, but I don't think we even lost a home game that year. So even though we no trophies in the cabinet, we got to the semi-finals of the Milk Cup, we got to the final of the FA Cup, we finished 3rd in the league. It was still bloody brilliant, you know. It was fantastic, you know. And it was an amazing team led by Gary Mabbott back in those days. So I think the trophy thing, I think it's different when you go and see a team week in and week out. So the people that are, going to White Hart Lane or whatever it's going to be called next year, the Disneyland Stadium, whatever the fuck they're going to call it.
No, we've got to wait another 15 years for naming rights, mate, because we'll still be looking for the right tip, but the right money for Levy to be spent or come in. We won't get those naming rights for ages.
Are you going to put we could call it the Brian Daigle Stadium. That'd be all right.
Oh, mate, I'll call it the Daniel Levy fuck right off stadium.
Yeah.
It should be called right now, in all honesty, until there's naming rights, that should be called Bill Nicholson Stadium. That's what it should be called.
Yeah, that's not bad. Keith Birkinshaw, Stan.
It should be called, they got rid of Nicholson Way to get into the West Stand. So the way they honour that great man, because they won't give him a statue, is call that stadium the Bill Nicholson Arena. Until, not the new Tottenham Stadium, but no, we can't bring up our history because we're trying to eradicate it all.
Well, I mean, we've had shit owners since, since I can remember. Irving Scholar, Alan Sugar, Daniel. They've all been shit, really. They've all maybe had their moments where it's been all right, but Alan Sugar maybe started off okay when we had Venables and Gascoigne and Lineker, and then we had the fucking Jerry Francis years. I mean, you want to talk about lean patches? We're nowhere near as shit as we were in the 90s. I mean, we were fucking awful.
I think the problem with ownership that we have is that we don't have anyone on in our board that is a footballing person. Like Scholar wasn't a football person. Sugar bought in Terry Venables, yeah, for the most part, but then he fucked him off, so that was another footballing person out the window. Now we've got Daniel Levy, who is, and Enoch. They're not footballing people. This is the issue that we've got. We need footballing. If a consortium of ex-Spurs players come together and went to buy the stadium, do you know what? I would fucking jizz my pants. Genuinely.
All right. Sorry to. I am back. I had to. My son has a game tomorrow, so I had to make sure he get to bed. But let's bring in one of my fellow Americans. This is very interesting photo. All the way from El Paso, Jacob of United Spurs of America.
Hey.
With the
How we all
cane
riding tonight?
What's up, baby? He's got the sane photo on there tonight. So,
that photo scares the fuck out of me.
I chose it specifically because I need more Kane and Son connection. I need something to happen. So I thought their love child would be a good place to start.
but actually, that could actually be just Son. I mean, there's a lot of Koreans that look like that. To be honest with you,
But Son's forehead is nowhere near this large. This is a large forehead.
he doesn't have that large of a forehead, but there's a lot of Koreans that do have large foreheads. So.
Well, I stand by my statement. Heung-min Daddy is a sex icon.
Harry Kane's hairline is so far back. Alan Sugar's still trying to put it on the stock market.
Hey, I just want to say a big what's up to John Fitzpatrick.
But I do got one more to bring in. It's his first time he's been on the show since we've had his music for him all the way from the Appalachian Mountains. Mountain Man carrying from at Spurs After Dark. Yeah! Get that moonshine running.
What's up, fellas? What's up? How's it going?
I like
how much shine have you had tonight? Be honest.
I've had a couple. I mean, I had to deal with that bullshit we had to watch today, man. I had to. Oh God.
Kieran, did you think today was going to be an easy 3 points for us?
No, of course not. I didn't think it would be easy. I mean, Brentford's a solid team. Good manager, good players.
Is it 2 points? Is it 2 points lost or is it a point gained?
It's 2 points lost for sure.
It's still
I reckon it's a point gained for sure. I thought we'd lose that one today for sure.
I personally thought if we'd lost, then our top four chase was over. Now it's looking more and more unlikely that we're going to achieve top four because of the results not going in our favour. However, we are only 2 points behind, and it's only going to take for Arsenal to drop points in one game for us to get back into this.
And their schedule's a lot harder.
I would agree, but I would disagree, right? So, for example, there was a lot of people, I think even Stell said at one point that we would lose, that we probably lose this match, or a lot of people didn't see us to win. But the facts of the matter is we're in a race for top four. It's something we want to get. And so when you don't do something that helps you achieve that, it's lost points. Even when we go to Liverpool, and if we only got 1 point, that's lost points for me, right? Until we've locked. I was gonna say, until we've locked that top four spot down, any points we drop or points lost, because the goal is to get top four.
I agree, but if I may be so inclined to say, we're not the filth of the earth. We're Tottenham Hotspur. I feel like anything is possible. Just like us losing to Burnley and Southampton's possible, and losing to Wolves. and not signing Adama Traore, therefore, relinquishing the league title to Man City or Liverpool. These are things that, we sometimes do good, we sometimes don't do good. There's a meme that is just so poignant at this time of juncture in our
Sometimes maybe
life.
good, sometimes maybe shit.
But I don't think that's out of nowhere though. I mean, like if you think back, maybe I don't know, 6 months, I'm sure a lot of you, as I would be saying, players like Doherty, get rid of him, he's shit. But Conte, way beyond where I thought it was sensible, stuck with his bloody system, and suddenly Doherty starts playing well, or good enough that enabled other teammates to play well as well, and we started getting some bloody awesome results.
This is what I've been saying, mate. I've been saying that every single player in the starting 11, Conte's preferred starting 11, has a part to play in the Conte system, which is why it's worked, right? And it goes to show when we're sitting there missing out on Matt Doherty and Eric Dyer, and we're screaming that we need these guys back in the squad, then we know for a fact that there is an issue. There is an issue, and it's the depth that we lack. A lot of people say, "Oh, we do have the depth." We don't really. We really don't. We've still got players on our books we've been screaming to get rid of for years. Like Harry Winks is still here. Davinson Sanchez is still here. People have been screaming out for Eric Dyer to leave. He's still here, but he's playing a part in this team. He's of the players that we need to get rid of. Eric Dyer is probably the one player I'd be less focused on getting rid of as a priority.
Yeah, but and Jacob, just so you know, because of you had a little bit of background noise, I threw you on mute. So whenever you want to talk, just unmute yourself. You're
Somebody's dog is going crazy in the back.
Look, for me, look, we can. This is hard. This is hard for me to say, but I'm gonna say it. We can moan about the players all we want, but I mean, nothing can change until the summer, so there's nothing we can do about them now. Exactly. We'll have plenty of time to moan about them all summer long. For me, it's more about
moan. We will.
What do we do? Like,
I want the good moans. I don't want bad moans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need players that we can moan very good about. Very simple to call them.
Oh yeah, Daddy.
Look, I think there's still a chance that just as Doherty started playing out of nowhere, then one of our other insert average player name here might step up as well. You never know. If that happens, then I think we've got top 4. If it doesn't happen, then we won't.
I would agree with that.
I just think we've already gone through the players that have that potential, right? Like, for example, Ben Davies has been one who we all would wanted to ship on, still do. Like, I don't want to keep any of these players long term, right? Doherty included. But they've at least showed up to help out where they haven't in the past. But players like Emerson, he's been in and out of the side all year. He's had more games than Doherty has. It's not going to happen because he just simply doesn't have the quality. Harry Winks, it's not going to happen. He simply just doesn't have the quality.
I think when Doherty was fit, I think our starting 11, giving them a bit of leeway, I think we were one player short of being consistently pretty good. With Doherty gone, we're 2 players short of being consistently good, which means we're kind of shit. And look, I'm still hopeful, man. Look, you got to look at Arsenal. I mean, fuck Arsenal, I mean, they're useless. So,
see, that's my point. That's why we're making top 4, because fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. I've thought this through. But who's this? And I was thinking about how could you reshuffle a formation, and whatever way I shuffle it, I still come up 2 players short. And I'm not. And that thing is, when you get that one extra player that's performing, you're not going to have a team full of Harry Kane. No team is going to have 11 world-class players. But I think we've got enough world-class players that if we just get one more player over the line, and who knows, maybe it might be a Sessegnon. I don't know. It could be one of those guys that might just do enough so that people aren't scared to pass the ball to each other, because that seems to be what it is at the moment. Benton, people are saying he had a bad game, but he's looking around. Who the fuck does he kick the ball to near him? No one. I don't like Højbjerg, or not personally, but I don't rate him at all.
Yes.
I just don't rate him. but I think he's one of those players.
Well, Højbjerg,
if he's got enough good players around him, then he'll play okay, as in not shit. There's other players like Harry Winks, which is like it's worse than having a man sent off, because he takes up space on the pitch without doing anything. So I think we could be close. Look, this is how we were playing against Burnley, and when we had that bad run, and then we came fantastic. So it could happen again, I reckon.
I mean, I agree with that. I just think, for one, I just want to defend Højbjerg a little bit. He created one of our best chances of the game today when he did something that Sessegnon failed to do repeatedly, which was get the ball in the left corner and then beat a man, dribble into the box, and put in a dangerous cross. Now, nobody got on the end of it, but it was one of our best chances of the game. I just think there's a lot of things that he does that people miss, and I think people are critical of him because he's not flashy on the ball. I know he has issues with his passing from time to time, but as a defensive destroyer, when his main job is just to go around and win the ball and kick people and be aggressive and get stuck in, he's great at that. The problem is that he's getting isolated along with Bentancur in the midfield tactically. And the wing backs are of no support defensively or attacking. So I think that's the biggest problem. I think that I agree that some of these players that haven't been doing that well can show more. I think that Reguilon can show more. And I think given a run in the team, he could show more. Yeah. I think he deserves it more. That he deserves playing time more than Sessegnon does. Yeah. Who, as long as we've had him, is either injured, on loan, or not playing well.
I mean, he was the worst player on the pitch today. He was worse than Emerson for me.
He was for the time he was on the pitch, he was absolutely awful and was the only thing distracting me from Emerson. And then when he got pulled off by Conte, all I could see and all I could think about is how awful Emerson was. And that's the problem here is the wingbacks. We know that. I think changing the formation at this point is pointless. It's not going to help. It's only going to make things harder. You're going to see Ben Davis and Eric Dyer panicking at the back, in possession when they don't have the arranged passing patterns that they have in the 3-4-3. I think the answer is to play Reguilon at left wing back, because despite, yes, he's not good in the final third. He's not. But he's much more competent defensively and carrying the ball and moving forward and passing the ball. Then he's much more competent than Ryan Sessegnon at any of those things.
This is why.
Hold on one second.
Much better crosser. And at right wing back, Conte has said that Kulusevski can supposedly play right wing back. All right, he hasn't been doing well at right wing, or right attacking midfielder. Excuse me, the last 2 games. So I think you shift him to right wing back and put Bergwijn on in his position, who's been on a hot streak internationally. So sorry,
but I gotta say, and then Brian, I can't remember what show it was on. It was earlier today, I think, or maybe yesterday. But when you were doing that with your fingers, I was like, "What's wrong with Brian? Does he need medicine or something? What's going on?"
It's the new part of my routine. I start warming the bad boys up, because it's the sign that I'm going, because I'm all levied out for one night and I need to recharge the batteries.
So that was a sign that the ladies love you, Brian.
For We Are Tottenham TV, and then when me, Danny, do our Round the Clock Call show with Alex Davies and Sean Butler, where I'm going to go even more nuclear, because it's my show and my channel, so I can go batshit crazy. So, Paul, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Brian.
Everyone that's in the panel, big up, love you loads. Everyone in the chat, big up, love you loads. And as always, Levy out.
Levy out. I don't think anybody here on this panel disagrees with you necessarily. But I do have a few questions that I'd like to ask you guys about today's match, and then two about some of the things in the future. But and I had a really good one. But Stell, are you still there? I guess he's not. But do you think that Arsenal is going to win 6 in a row?
No. Hell no. Hell no.
No. And the reason why is that, like I said, the Chelsea game, it almost looked like Chelsea threw the game. I mean, the defender was horrible.
I'm still here, Will.
They gifted.
About a minute after. Go ahead, Mark.
And then the United game felt the same way, where they were fortunate. Just some of the most weirdest things. You got Penaldo on your team. You got Bruno Fernandes. The non-call handball in the box. I think West Ham is a little bit tricky. Is West Ham so fully dedicated to their Europa League run? I think it's a tall order for them to go beat West Ham at West Ham. I also think Newcastle, after us, is a tricky game for them. Like their defense, I'm not impressed. I think they were very fortunate. So there's more points they're going to drop.
If I may, I've been saying this all along, and bigger powers are at play here. They want this thing to go down to the wire. They want this thing to be a shootout. They want it to be the wild.
The referees seem to be going against us, and we're giving them, like today, they were so freaking lucky, dude.
It's going to start switching. Watch. They're keeping us both together right there. So that way, every game, they want us to be drawn into this top four race with between us, United, and Ass Anal. They want it. They want us to believe that there's, going to be something big that happens. But in reality, we all know what's going on here. It's a big conspiracy. They rigged it, man. They rigged it. I'm sure of it. I've seen
the
this
officiating
sneaky face so much.
The officiating for the Arsenal game today was absolutely piss poor.
Yeah, it was amazing. They should have lost that game easy.
Terrible.
I mean,
they gave Man United a penalty. They missed a penalty.
That handball should have been given as handball, but do you know why it wasn't given as handball? Because the referee's a fucking Arsenal fan.
Well, not only that, but I mean, like Ronaldo's second goal wasn't offside. It wasn't.
But again, it all boils down to this, right? It's all well and good saying that Arsenal aren't going to win 6 in a row, but do you honestly see us getting the maximum amount of points out of the games that we have left? We've got Liverpool at Anfield, and we've got Arsenal at home, right?
Are you taking a piss?
No, I'm just washing a frying pan.
I swear, I was like, someone's pissing. I'm pretty sure.
No, do you know what? I'm trimming the brisket and the ribs for the smoke.
Is that what they call it in the UK? I'm trimming the brisket over here. Don't worry about it.
Beating his meat. Where's steak at tonight? He's got steak. Finally got steak on the show, and there's no steak here.
He's trimming the brisket, as they say in the UK. Wink, wink.
So as I was saying, it's all well and good saying that Arsenal won't win 6 in a row, but it's down to us to make the most of the matches that we've got.
People act like we've won 4 out of the last 6. Can people not like? Is that
no? And I get that. But I mean, on paper, really, we should be going into every single game, and we should really, metaphorically speaking, only drop 2 points, right? And that's because
But we know that's not how it works.
Guys, can I tell you what's going to happen?
On paper, the only game we should drop points in now is the game against Liverpool. And it's not because that we're going to perform shit against Liverpool. It's just that Liverpool are 10 times better, right? They have a solid team. They've invested money well, and they're playing like a team. Going to Anfield is never an easy task for anyone.
Hey, we're getting a point. We're getting a point at Anfield.
If we get a point at Anfield, that is a fucking brilliant day at the office. That's a brilliant day at the office.
Soggy undies everywhere.
Guys, because this question was for you. I was going to ask you, do you think that Arsenal can win 6 in a row?
No, they can't, because they're not great. But this is what's going to play out. We have to win every single game left except for Liverpool, because they will beat us. It's at Anfield. We never do well there. They've got the bit between their teeth. They're probably the best team in Europe, and they're at home going for a league title. We won't get anything there. All right,
and they're playing like 7 games before they play us, and we play like 2 or 3.
They've got two squads. They've got 2 squads. We've barely got a starting 11, right?
So this
is just my opinion. This is my opinion. Yeah, you say a lot of things, Jacob. 5-1. We're going to beat Brighton. We're going to smash this. Okay, but we will lose to Liverpool. But we have to beat Leicester. We have to beat Arsenal and we have to beat Burnley. What's going to happen, in my opinion, is Arsenal, I think they'll either draw or beat West Ham. They'll obviously lose to Spurs. And then I think they're going to drop points against Newcastle or Leeds. I think probably more Newcastle. And what will happen is on the last day of the season, somehow we will be ahead. Just.
Do you know what? I actually agree with you there, mate. I'm actually going to agree with you because I've actually got it down.
Let him finish his statement.
Go on.
Right, we're going to be ahead, and it's going to be a simple case of go away to Norwich and beat them, and we get top 4, and we're going to fucking draw. That's what I've been saying this for about 2-3 weeks. I can see this happening.
Oh my god!
How far in front do you see us
also
being?
say things and you're blatantly wrong as well.
Can
So
I just say
just
as
because
well?
you're wrong a couple times doesn't discard anything you say. I just wanted to put that out.
I don't know. I think I think even with like how we've choked against and lost to poor teams, like Norwich are fucking trash. They are so bad. I can't see it happening. They are so poor. They are a championship side playing in the Premier League.
Do you know what? I personally think they're too good for the Championship, but not good enough for the Premier League.
Exactly.
Well, the problem is, Josh, they end up selling all their best players.
I'll be back in a second.
When they get promoted, usually, that's part of the problem. Is that
they don't have any fucking good players, bro? They don't have any good players apart from one, maybe two, and they've been with them for fucking years.
Yeah.
But
they've had youth prospects that have done well.
They've had some solid. Buendia, he was solid.
Didn't he go to Villa?
Well, that's my whole point. Is that any player that comes through there and does well, when they get promoted, they end up selling.
Except for
or when they get relegated again, they end up selling. Pookie's overrated.
Washed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of. I think I heard on them say today, or maybe it was another game that I watched that was like Norwich and Fulham have basically just been switching places with each other for like the last 3 years or something.
Well, Fulham have started celebrating their promotion. So
they locked it in.
Fact, the 2023-2024 Championship winners are going to be Fulham.
Yeah, it's locked in already, mathematically.
Yeah. No, but do you know what?
I think they might be good to stay up.
No, it's 100% locked in.
First place, not
second. Season, right?
Yeah,
if Everton are relegated, Arsenal have to play Everton on the last game of the season. Now, a team with nothing to lose is a very dangerous team. If Everton go out and they play football to fucking enjoy it, there is nothing stopping them putting 1, maybe 2 past Arsenal.
Or Josh, if it comes down to that game deciding whether
we've got Delhi.
Well, I mean, right now they're 1 point above Burnley. That
would be even worse for Arsenal, I think, is if for them it's they either get relegated or stay up, and for Arsenal it's they get top 4, they get Europa League. I think the motivation there would definitely be on the side of the Everton players. So
yeah, I mean, they're only 1 point. They only have 1 point lead against Burnley right now. So I mean, they're not safe or anything. They could literally go down.
Burnley fucked themselves by firing Sean Dyche. They should have let him run it to the end.
They won yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I know. They'll probably get a little bounce, but I don't know. I just feel like if anybody could see it through, it would be him. The guy who's kept them in the league for this long.
Can we? I want to tell
the hardest last game of the season in Everton, because Everton is going to fight tooth and nail to stay in the Premier League. Like that game is going to be extremely tough for Arsenal, especially if Everton needs to get points in that game. Yeah, it's going to be tough for them.
I mean, Burnley has Wolves tomorrow.
A much harder run-in too than Burnley. They have a much harder run-in.
Burnley have Wolves tomorrow at home, Watford away, Aston Villa, Aston Villa again, and then Newcastle. So they have a lot of fixtures left, Burnley. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I do not see us losing to Burnley at home. I reckon we're out for fucking blood for that.
In comparison, Everton has
Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester again, which they just drew with. Watford, Brentford, Crystal Palace, and Arsenal, dude.
That is a much harder run in.
Yeah,
it very well could be that they're either already relegated or that Arsenal game decides their fate.
And he's going to be Dele Alli with a 93rd minute screamer from 45 yards.
Everything goes down.
Oh my god! I will.
I'll chuck in a wild card here for you. Maybe Chelsea are not going to do well for the rest of the season. Maybe there is another. Maybe I know it's an outside chance, but the way their club is at the moment, they're struggling. Their morale's low. Next year they're gone. With any, heaven forbid, maybe the whole buyout will go wrong. They'll go into administration and they'll get deducted 12 points. But either way, the players responded well to when all this furore started. But it's got to wear you down when you're going on the pitch, not knowing, am I going to be here next year? How's my salary? Who's going to own the club? It's going to get in your head.
Where am I going to live? Where are my kids going to school?
I've got a question, and I'm hoping that someone can actually help me out on this. If West Ham win Europa League, what happens to? Because they'll get Champions League automatically, won't they?
The fourth place
but it's
team
not
will
one of
have
the 4 spots.
qualifying games. And
So fourth will have to play qualifiers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it won't be a case of it'll only be the top three.
No.
It'll be top
You'll
4.
still
Yeah?
get Champions League.
Okay.
There's no situation
It's not
where
like
top four doesn't get it.
it's not like what happened.
The only way that the 4th spot doesn't get it is that if somebody wins the Champions League and doesn't finish in top 4. That's the only way 4th spot doesn't get it. Right. And with Chelsea being out, already, they're the only ones who are at risk mathematically of dropping outside of the top.
Well, no,
4.
that's fair enough. That's all I need to do. Because I didn't know where it'd leave us, to be honest.
Yeah. So as long as Chelsea was in it, that was a possibility that could happen. But since they went out to Madrid, could happen.
Hope it doesn't happen.
But Chelsea's run isn't super easy either. So to Paul's point, Chelsea's run isn't super easy if they continue to play in the garbage form that they're on recently, not being able to win at home. Apparently, they play West Ham tomorrow. That should be a good one. We should see what form West Ham is going to be in, and or what form Chelsea is going to be in. Tomorrow they play at Stamford Bridge. And then they've got Man United on Thursday, Everton on these two are away. And they got Wolves at home, Leeds away, Leicester at home, and Watford at home the final day of the season. So
maybe I'm dreaming, but
but I mean, right now they lost 4-1 to Brentford at home, right? So it's in the way that Leeds are playing. I'm telling you right now, Leeds under Jesse Marsch aren't the same Leeds that they were middle of the season under Bielsa.
They're much better.
Much better, not conceding near as many goals. We all know the quality that they have in some of their forwards with Rafinha and stuff like that. Thank you, Gogama, again for the 5001 super sticker. Help her out, everybody, in the comments. Get your super stickers, super chats, and help support the channel. But I mean, it's so the other question is that I had. And dude, just don't rent a place next to the speedway, right? Like the racetrack.
I live on a full road.
You ran into a bookshelf.
Or is your apartment underneath an overpass?
No, I'm just at a really cool curve where I don't know. There's a nice little spot to do a little drag racing, and it happens up there once the weather gets nice. As it does.
I've been doing some drag racing by your house. But it ain't got nothing to do with cars.
He's gonna dress up as a woman and run past your house.
But I do have another question before we start talking about smoking weed. If we get 5th, now I know that's going to be a disappointment to all of us because of the fact that we were actually just in 4th as of earlier today. Do you think that is going to be an absolute failure?
Well, I think they're still punching above our weight, to be honest, at the moment. I think 4th is a miracle. I think 5th, Given how bad, we were 9th at one point, and we've got a thin squad. And I think the only reason we've done so well is because of Conte, really. And really, if we get 5th, so be it. I think that's still a good job. And I think, if we buy 2, hopefully, I think 2 minimum players during the summer, I think that's enough to keep Conte and Kane staying put.
So wait, did you say we're a thin squad?
Yeah.
Probably a lot thinner since Ndombele left in the transfer window, right?
No, I think the good thing about the transfer window was we got rid of some players that were just had a bad vibe about
not
them.
doing anything.
Dele Alli, I mean, fuck him. I know he was good for 2 years, but
fuck him.
yeah. Hopefully he'll get Frank Lampard sacked. That'd be
I love
awesome.
that shit.
He's got 2 of our decent managers sacked. It'd be good if he got Fat Frankie gone as well.
Yeah.
I like you, Paul. I can already tell I like the cut of your jib, man. You're a good guy.
But I also like the cut of his beard as well. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell. We got 70 people watching at the AM. Unfortunately, folks, I can't go super late tonight, so we probably got maybe at the most about 20 minutes left before I got to hit the road. My son, I have to be up. We have to leave the house tomorrow at 8 a.m.
That's all good. That's all good.
It's actually pretty shitty. Actually pretty shitty.
Some of that 20 minutes is I want to say, what's up, Paul? That's a mighty beard. It honestly got me up out of my seat and made me join this stream. So big
and
ups
he's only
to
saying
you.
that because he's recently shaved it off.
He can't grow a beard, so he's jealous.
I can only grow the chin part and some mustache.
Yeah.
You can't get like
if we get 5th, is it a complete failure? No. Is it desirable? No. But it's still European football. It's a step in the right direction.
Hey, I'll take a trophy. I don't care if it's Europa, Conference League. I want a trophy.
What would really fuck me off though is if West Ham win Europa League and then we can't win it the following season. That would really fucking rattle me.
Yeah. Paul, if we get top 4, would you consider shaving your beard?
Absolutely not. No way.
There you go. That's real beard, man.
I might dye it one consistent colour because it's all gone to cock at the moment. But
if we won the Premier League next year, would you shave your beard?
No.
I got an idea.
That's a man. Hey, that's a man.
Would you like dye a cockerel into the beard, like a cockerel?
Oh yeah,
like,
now that would be possible.
I bet an artist could do that easily.
You don't got to shave. Yeah, just
things too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Little airbrush in there, you can get it done.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, Paul. We'll get this worked out, man. You need to come.
But
you got a Twitter, Paul? I need to follow you, bro.
No, I'm flat out doing this. I'm not on any social media. I just can't stand.
So you just gotta be lucky. The wind's gotta blow the right direction that day for us to find you.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I suppose you can contact me through.
My carrier pigeon might know. I'll throw my pigeon up and say.
Well, if anyone sees Paul, please alert me.
Got you. We'll have like a system. If anyone sees Paul,
yeah. Anyone sees Paul, where's Paul
here
today? Yeah, where's
you?
I got my bass guitar as well.
Oh my god!
Man, that's awesome. I play bass too.
That's dope. Very cool.
Do you mind if I just say my final thoughts and then go? Because I'm gonna go.
What kind of music do you like, Paul?
Yeah, go for it, Josh.
Let's do a
yeah. So, I mean. Today's result wasn't exactly the best result for us. Again, it's a point gained and not 2 points lost. I think from every game now going forward, we need to take this. We need to take every game as a cup final and give it 110%. If we have the same team turn up next week as the same team that turned up against Brighton, it's the same team that turned up against Brentford, we can probably kiss top 4 goodbye.
No, it's over. Yeah,
we can kiss top 4 goodbye next week. So we need to take every single game as seriously as possible and get as much as we can out of this. But at the same time, we need to hope that Arsenal drop points. Now, unfortunately, this is football. This shit happens in football. It doesn't matter how many hours you put in on the training field. It's about what happens on the day. Who wants it more? Who is thirsty for the win? Right? And sometimes that's all it takes. It takes just a bit of grit and a bit of tenacity to win a game. And we need to show that grit and tenacity. But if we don't get top 4, I'm not going to love my team any less. I'm going to get behind my team. I'm going to cheer my team on, come rain or snow, wind and rain. I'm Tottenham Hotspur till I fucking die. And as far as I'm concerned, if we don't get top 4, Tottenham aren't going to go into it. They're not going to vaporise it from existence next year. We just go again next year. But as for right now, we need to take every single game as they comes, wait week by week, not to get too carried away with ourselves, and up the fucking Spurs.
Hell yeah. Good deal, Josh. Congratulations once again on the birth of your 4th child.
Thank you very much.
Get your tubes tied. Get your tubes tied.
Yeah, congrats, Josh. Hey, big congrats.
You're a bit young to have 4 kids, mate. How to say?
Hey, listen, I'm almost 30, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
I didn't have my
30.
first until 27. So.
Well, some of us started young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, guys. Listen, I'm going to dip out. Have a good one, and I'll hopefully speak to you all soon.
All right.
Take it easy.
But yeah, anybody else? Final thoughts? I mean, we'll go around the channel. Mari, just go ahead and because by the time we get through that, it's gonna be about the end of the show anyway. So
yeah. Find me at Mari's Spurs channel. Wednesday is going to be interesting. Try to make it as interesting as possible. But Wednesday, 10 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock US time, and discuss, recap the game, upcoming game. We have plenty of banter. We're gonna need plenty of banter because hate losing. But yeah, that's where you can find me. So find my channel, like, subscribe, and yeah.
Everybody go do it, man. It's a downright shame, Mari, that you've how long you been doing this now? Like 8 months?
Me and Mari have been doing it about the same time, about a year.
A year.
I started mid-July. Technically, yeah.
But you were on Tommy's and stuff before that.
Yeah, but I'm against people, 5-3 here and there. So I'm about to hit 300, and so hopefully my goal is to have by the new season 1,000. And I think I could get there. I think I could get there.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, I think as soon as
you just gotta go viral once. You just gotta get on TikTok. That's how you do it.
Oh yeah, I only have 3 weeks left of school before we go off on break, and so it gives me the opportunity to go on morning shows and really put more promotion. So I might not get 1,000, but I think I'm gonna gain.
Aim high, bro. That's what's up.
Yeah, aim high.
Believe in yourself. You got this, man. You're gonna do it. Manifest it. Make it happen.
Yeah. So.
Positive thoughts, but yeah, I mean the summertime too. If you do a lot of transfer market content, can be a very successful time. If you don't really do a lot of transfer market stuff,
you might
it
struggle.
makes it tough.
It's hard. It's a barren
There are a lot
time.
of people these days who I feel like enjoy the transfer market more than the season.
Yeah, like Matt Hayes now pretty much only goes live anymore during the transfer window. That's it.
I'm gonna move. I think I'm gonna move to London just to do YouTube content for the transfer market. Just like skulk around and see if I can hear things, and yeah, it's gonna be my job.
But everybody go over, subscribe to Mari's channel over there. He's got a great show on Wednesday nights, 5 o'clock. Unfortunately, I can't come on a lot because my youngest son now plays football, and so on Wednesdays, which I used to have free, I now have to go to training at 5. But everybody go subscribe to him, Mr. Colin.
Hey,
you
what's
also
up,
have a channel.
Yeah, I do.
Tell people where they can find you at.
Yeah, real quick. Before that, I just want to say, everybody definitely go to Mari's channel. The Love Lounge is a super unique, fun, laid back, cool show. I don't know. It's real fun. So definitely check it out. And yeah, of course, man. And I also have a channel. Talking Ball is the name, and we talk ball there. My Monday show. I'm gonna continue. I decided I'm continuing my old schedule, but my Monday show is called Chatting Shit, where we chat shit, and it's football related most of the time, but not necessarily all the time. And it's just kind of like hanging out. And then I do a more serious show on Thursday, previewing that week's game and kind of touching on the game from the week past. But yeah,
and he does occasional drama content as well.
Sometimes it gets a little dramatic, and there's a game show every once in a while. So yeah, just subscribe, hit the bell icon. You'll always know when I'm going live, and it's a fun time. Also, I'm on Twitter at TalkingBall1. Yeah, check me out.
One ball or ball one?
Well, for now,
they call you
ball
one
one,
ball?
but I don't know. It depends. I don't know if it's going to happen in the future. I live a pretty wild life, so.
Hey, one ball in the house. I love it.
No joke. I had a friend that in high school at the age of 16 caught testicular cancer and had to have one of his balls removed.
Damn, I wonder how he did it. Just like hurt.
16, dude.
Did you know him?
Yeah, they put in a plastic one.
Okay, I guess that's
just
cool.
for looks.
I thought they just removed. I thought they just removed the whole thing.
No, they just cut it open and pull out.
There's a
the
dude
nut.
in high school whose sister dated a guy who apparently rumor says he had one ball. That's the only thing I ever heard about it.
Well, I got a secret. No one knows the guy. Some will never know. But my father only has one. He got some kind of infection of some kind, and they had to remove it.
Yeah, one. You're just as good with one as you are with two.
Hey, baby.
They've still got what? They've still got one more ball than the whole of the Arsenal team put together. So.
You got to lay down like a sick guitar line and everything.
And their fans.
There's no difference between a pump shotgun and a double barrel. Right? They both shoot. Mr. Paul, tell people where they can find you at if you come on.
You can't find me anywhere really, but I might pop up on these a bit more.
I feel like that's the way you like it.
I just say that given where we were, 6 months ago when we were ninth, at least what Conte and the players have done is they've given us the chance to dream right now. Top four. It was like that was never going to happen earlier, but now, let's face it, destiny is still in our own hands. That's the way it is, and if we do it, we do it. But at the very least, right now, we can still think about it. Think of European football next year. Maybe that won't happen, but we've got some good times at the moment, and I think we'll do it. I think we're going to beat Arsenal, and I think we'll beat Liverpool as well. I think they're going to have a wobble as well. So who cares? I think we've had such a good run of form that. They've done all right considering what we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as Jimmy Greaves used to say, well, Saint, it's a funny old game, but you Americans might not get that one.
No.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. There was a comment earlier that said Americans don't get it. I don't know why.
Dude.
Like, I guess being born.
Real nerds like Will and Colin and I, we read all the stuff we possibly can to understand as much as we possibly can.
Literally, you can ask
Don't
my
just
wife.
watch the match.
The only thing I'm doing ever is I'm on the Tottenham subreddit just reading articles and.
Kieran, I'm a little hurt. You just
and you
excluded me out of some shit like that. That's cool though. I mean,
Jacob needs to read a little more.
Jacob could pick up a book. I hear they read out
this
there.
Happened on your own show too. This happened on.
I heard Jacob actually.
On this show, I was just watching your show earlier, and that happened on there too. Somebody forgot to include you, and now I've done it on this show. I feel terrible.
And also implied that we can't read. That's a good.
Yeah. Well.
Wow.
I may not be able to read, but I like to talk about Spurs, so you can find me at Spurs After Dark on Twitter, and hopefully soon on YouTube as well. Working on it. But otherwise, you can always find me here. I've also appeared on some other channels as well. Like Tottenham Tantrum Gold, which is a channel I like, but also the channel of these two gentlemen up here, Colin and Mari. Go like and subscribe to their channels. They're amazing. I feel like Mari's channel is like the perfect antidote to this one sometimes, because in here it gets fiery, it gets intense, there's loud debates, people yelling at each other, it's blood sport, and we love it that way. But Mari's channel just radiates love and positive energy and is excellent. And Colin's channel is just a mixed bag of everything, man. It's totally unpredictable and always unique and genuine. So go support these guys. They're great. And then also you got to go over support United Spurs of America and Tottenham Away and their crossover shows that they do. It's these guys are all great. So yeah, love you all. Come on, you Spurs. We'll be fine. Either way, whether we get it or not, we'll be fine. I really think that Conte will stay, Kane will stay, and we will load up in the summer. Listen, we got 7 players. This Jose's first summer transfer window. We'll get at least that many with Conte, and I guarantee there will be of better quality because Paratici has been cleaning house in the scouting and recruitment department at the club. This started months ago. There's a lot of new personnel in. A lot of people have been fired, and hopefully better people have been brought in. So I think the quality of player we bring in the summer will be much better than previous years. And yeah, just keep the faith. And mathematically, we're still in it. We still got a chance, and we'll beat the scum. We'll definitely beat the scum. We all know that.
Oh, let's go.
Come on,
I still know. Seriously, I'm not even gonna lie. The first time, this will be the first time since I've been a hardcore Spurs fan, right? Every match that Arsenal's ever finished ahead of us.
Well, they're not going to, so you don't have to worry about that.
That can't happen.
When
I watched
Tottenham today is dead. It's never coming back.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it, Will. Sing with that beautiful voice of yours, and don't worry, okay?
Because I watched Spurs, but like I said, before I came to the United States, I couldn't watch it regularly, right? So, since I've been in the United States, Spurs have never finished behind Arsenal. And I always think that I was a lucky charm.
Long may it continue.
But me being home being the lucky charm.
Oh, hey, close game.
Let me read this super chat real quick, and then we'll get to Mr. Stell, who's washing his nuts. 윙백들이 너무 못해요. Yeah. 윙백들이 너무 못해요. 도르티가 보고 싶어요. 레비 일해라. Right? What that means is the wingbacks suck. Doherty, he misses Doherty, and he says, Levy, get to work. That's what he says. So
get to work or get
Goguma
the fuck
says she
out.
misses him too. But Mr. Stell at Tottenham Away.
Yo.
Cooking dinner for us. You're
Man.
gonna send us some of those.
Trimming all the fat off the ribs and the brisket, man.
If you're gonna smoke it, you gotta leave the fat on, dude. What are you doing?
No, you trim some of the fat down because some parts of the fat don't render.
Right, but you leave it on for the flavor, then you cut it off.
Nah, Still's
dude,
on it, man. Still's on it.
It doesn't render, Will.
Oh, you guys do barbecue different in the United States, man.
I learned. What do you mean?
better.
I learned in Texas what to do.
Yeah, but Texas has horrible barbecue.
That's your problem. Yeah, that's your problem. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. North Carolina has the best barbecue.
No, Kansas City, Missouri has the best barbecue.
Hey, I'm gonna stay out of this shit because I don't want.
No.
And they don't eat barbecue. They eat barbecue rats in India.
You guys are too much, man.
I'm sorry, Colin. I'm sorry.
You had to do it. You had to go there. You had to hurt me like that.
Good.
Some people that don't know, like Indiana. I'm just teasing. I'm teasing, but Indiana's kind of like in between. What do you have, in Illinois and Ohio, right? There's like this little forgotten state that just sits up there, and
there's not much good here. Michael Jackson was born here.
That's right.
I'm trying to think.
You got some good racetracks up there.
Chicago's in Illinois, right?
Yeah,
Chicago's in Illinois. Yeah,
that's like a.
I mean,
3.5, 4 hours.
Got a lot of success in basketball in the '90s.
Yeah, but he's from Indiana, not Chicago.
Yeah, we got the Pacers. Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Reggie Miller. Pacers, yeah.
He was good. That was the thing.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
And Charles
in the 11, we got
Charles
a soccer.
Barkley.
We got a football team in the 11.
Yeah, but they
Philly
play on
had a
an
question.
NFL turf field with like NFL lines all over it.
Yeah, but guess what, man? It's my local team ish. Right?
Yeah.
It's the closest team to me.
Hey, I'm sure you guys will get an MLS franchise eventually.
I think about as good as Chelsea, Philly.
To answer this question,
Yeah, go for it.
I think, like I said, I think those players, when you, I like to hear what comes out of the players' mouths, what comes from the coach's mouth. I think those players have had that chance to build that. Because we're not talking about quality, we're talking about, overall what they do.
Chemistry.
Klopp has been able to work with these three guys to mix the talent with the mentality of that team. And of course, the team is better than us. But I just think we're in that process. And that's why it's frustrating. Because we want to see that now in regards to comparison to what Chelsea wins, what Liverpool wins, what Man City wins. But it's a system, it's a well-oiled machine. They go in there and they are trained like clockwork. So to answer that question, it's kind of like unfair in a way.
Jacob left. Sorry, go ahead.
I think you're right there, because I remember when Klopp started at Liverpool for the first few years, they'd maybe get to a final, they'd come second, and there was the people were saying, well, can Liverpool ever win something? Maybe they just can't win something. And now look at them now. So it could happen with us easy.
Yeah, but they invested.
In fact, they had finished behind us 6 years in a row up until the 17-18 season. That was the first time they finished ahead of us.
Yeah.
And remember, we won the Premier League in 2017, despite what anyone says.
In the 16-17 season?
Yeah, that's when we won.
But I wish that was the case. But Mr. Stell, when are you going live next? You going live? We don't have a show tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah, I'm going live on Monday. We're going to talk about the weekend. We're going to talk about top four. We're also going to talk about some things that people from America, Jacob and Michael, and people from Italy have been saying, because we need to call it out now, and it will be called out. So, yeah.
What should Italians even have to say about football? Their teams that even go into the World Cup.
I actually want you to call it out, Stell, because whenever you call it out and go on one of your rampages, we actually start winning.
Okay, so it's a win-win. Look.
There you go.
If we get the wins, great. Otherwise, I'm going to be cooking all these guys on Monday. And then Monday night, I'm live with Will Stewart, Sava, and Henry Wright.
Maybe.
Show.
What are you guys talking about?
Is it on Sunday? Is this show tomorrow?
Monday night, we're going to do it because
Henry's got to work tomorrow, so we gotta move it to Monday. Hopefully, I'm able to do it.
He does a late shift, so he can't do the normal time.
Otherwise, Stell's going to have to take my side of the argument.
Yeah, I'm just going to cook everyone on that show as well. And then, what else is going on? United Spurs America next Friday, 7:30 p.m. UK time, Jacob and Michael. And then, hopefully, we'll be doing some live videos from the stadium on the weekend because we're playing Leicester. And that's a must-win game now. That is, we always say must win. If we
if we don't win this game, top four is
over. Yeah, exactly. So let's see what happens, man. But otherwise, subscribe to Talk and Ball, subscribe to the Love Lounge, subscribe to Will Stewart, and just go and find our friend from Australia and just show him some love, man. Just show him some Spurs love.
Big love.
Have I missed anyone out? Who else have I missed out? Kieran. Follow Kieran as well. He might be starting up a new channel, so make sure we back him too.
Jacob was on the show. I was going to let him do an outro, but he's not here. But if you want to go find Jacob, go to United Spurs of America or Tottenham Away. You can find him on both places. Also, United Spurs of America on Twitter. He says, big up the panel except the Gunnar Stelios. He said, his phone died. No problem. No problem, man. But
it's a problem with me, dude. And if you're gonna let your phone die like that, we're gonna have problems. So
I love to stay. Every time I try to end the show, it always ends up going another hour. That's not happening tonight. I gotta go. I gotta wake up early tomorrow. I gotta wake up at 7 to wake up the kid. That's in 7 hours. And then it takes me at least 2 hours to go to bed. So that means I won't be going to bed till 2 a.m. and I'll be waking up at 7, which I don't like doing. But when you got kids, that's what you got to do. So, folks at home, my name is Will Stewart, and you have been watching THFCRants. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and we will be back for at the very least, the post-match show after the Leicester game. Maybe something midweek. I don't know. I got to find a day to do a show. Can't really do it on Wednesdays or Thursdays, Fridays. I don't know, man. So many things going on. But stay strong. Stay Spurs. And we will see you guys next time.